What's up, everybody? We had to come back. It's Rants and Robes, episode 32. Had to take me a little bit of break. Had to, go away, change my name, rebrand, and stuff like that. Put some things into perspective. I'm still kind of marinating on it, but I figured might as well keep on with this Rants and Robes, honey, because we be talking about some stuff. Tomorrow, as you know, is Thanksgiving. We're gonna be talking about Thanksgiving. We're going to be talking about AhmaudArbery. We're going to be talking about who's the other Kyle Ritting was Kyle Rittenhouse or something like that.
Rittenhouse, yeah.
Yeah, and Donnie then messed around and met up with him, and he's vouching for him. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Who pulled Donald Trump to the forefront with this foolishness? Okay, they done muted him on social media, but he can come to the forefront with this. I mean, the propaganda.
He was on his son's page.
Not the propaganda machine, honey.
Yes.
He was on Donald Jr.'s page. They need to block his ugly ass too.
Ooh, not the junior. Well,
You still hear the echo?
Block his dumb ass.
I don't really hear nothing now. I think we're pretty good. If it is, it's not something that's taxing to me. So I think we're pretty good.
Not
All right,
hearing
y'all, stay. All right. So
Big worm in this motherfucker.
Yep, that's me. Big worm.
Worm. Now this is getting out of hand.
I'm trying to share this.
Let's see what's going on with the chat. Let me go ahead and add, guys. Here you can join us.
What's this show got on?
What is, honey?
I just dropped that damn sunflower seed on me right on camera.
Honey, nobody cares.
That motherfucker up and eat it.
No, I was already done with the seed part. I was trying to get the shell out of my mouth and slip right on my road.
So tomorrow Thanksgiving, and I got a couple stops to make, and my dad calls me and he wants to know about coming by, and because he want to get a head count for the food, right? So I'm like, you don't really have to worry about us, Dad, because we're gonna come through. We're gonna stop through definitely, and then we're gonna get something to eat because I done made this mac and cheese for my husband's family. So I'm probably gonna eat over there. What'd you say, Quincy?
4 pans. 4 pans.
Yes, 4
Big
pans.
worm in this motherfucker.
Ooh wee.
I done made 4 pans. So he's like, well, it's probably gonna be enough food we can eat here. And it's just like, Daddy, what is this about? Are we eating there? Are we not eating? What's happening? But he got on to talk about me. He doesn't think that we understand the importance of family, and that family, if you don't like your family, then there's something wrong, and it's and the third. I just had nothing to say because at the end of the day, I don't hate anybody. I don't dislike anybody, but I think I'd have to be honest and say we only get together twice a year. So there's no real relationship there. You know what I'm saying? There is reverence, there is respect, and there is, of course, you don't wish anyone any hurt, harm, or danger. But I think that bonds have to be created. I think they have to be created and cultivated. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not salty about it because, my life is the way it is. I find it kind of odd sometimes these things are said as if that I'm being funny, and that's not the case. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just, this is how we've been living. Hell, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some people do just wake up and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start a relationship with such and such, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at this point,
God damn it, not I. And since I'm live on my Facebook page, my family is watching. Y'all know which ones I'm not fucking with. I ain't coming out to see none of y'all's ass, okay? And none of y'all got my address, so you ain't coming over here. I see y'all on Facebook Live. Matter of fact, I just put the link up. Join in.
You know what?
That's just how it is. These motherfuckers don't wear masks.
Oh my God.
Now didn't you just say your mama said she seen you out without a mask on?
She was just bullshit. She was didn't want to cook. My mama she ain't even on my Facebook or my Instagram. She ain't seen shit.
I mean, so how do y'all feel about that when it comes to? I'm not a big holiday person. I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and admit that I don't. Holidays really do not tickle my fancy. And to be honest, if it wasn't for the kids, they would just continue to fly on by with me because I don't. You know, I do find pleasure in life, but holidays, it's not something I've been.
I really am a family-orientated person. However, I have, at the older I get, the more shelter I get. That's why this program is really good for me because it gives me a way to talk to other humans. I work and go home and I shop. And like the spiders have taken over my whole house, like the whole other side of the house is theirs. Cause I don't out of my room and I play my video game, you know, and then I travel. I don't really fuck with the people here. I got my picks and my chooses, but we all busy. The most of the people that I'm cool with, we into shit.
Right.
And we're all busy. So when COVID came along, it just gave another opportunity for me to not see people as much as I normally would. Like I got close friends and family that I probably haven't seen since before COVID, maybe 2019. That don't mean I love them any less. It's just
big worm.
The big worm is funny. Just looking at the word just fucks me up. So no, I understand that, and as the numbers get higher, you know, people have chosen whether to be vaccinated or non-vaccinated, which for me it doesn't make a difference because I gotta go get my booster tomorrow because I am vaccinated. So if I'm vaccinated, I really don't care if you're vaccinated or not because my vaccination protects me. So I'm just choosing to stay in my house. I come out. I think I'm coming out next summer. I'll be back out in these streets. Maybe this summer coming up.
You know, I'm aware of the pandemic. I'm not over the top about it. I just don't want a motherfucker getting on my nerves. That's really bad. You know, COVID. Listen.
But see, you got a family at your house. Like you live with your family. Like you got people in your house. Me, I live with the people that's sitting at the table.
Okay. Hey y'all.
Hey, they said hey y'all. They said what's poppin'?
I heard them shit.
You can see that's what I'm saying. So we chilling. They don't drink liquor. They don't eat none of my snacks. They don't with none of my shit. Like we good over here.
Oh my God. What about
all of us?
I mean, I was the type that'll probably show up for a minute. But I never really was, you know, we didn't grow up like that. Like my mama did, when she was married, like she cooked for us at the house. I think one time my granddaddy might have came over. My grandma might have came over. I didn't grow up having to go and be at people's houses for the holidays. I remember like my family would get together and it'd be like just a regular Tuesday and the motherfuckers be barbecuing and everybody be together. It was never the holiday. And this was like before my like grandmother's brothers was starting to pass away. I was like super young. So I think that's why too, like since Madison been born, and of course, you know, when me and her dad broke up, she always go with him because I don't want to taint her on the idea that family isn't important or family doesn't exist. It's just I mean, me and my family, we're not that close. The family that I am close to, though, you know, I do go and I see, but I mean, it's not a big deal to me. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna be in Dallas to go spend Thanksgiving with my grandfather. So that's important to me. But if I wasn't going to see my granddaddy, I'd be here watching football, not really giving a fuck. You know, don't even call me. I don't even understand what are we sending Thanksgiving texts for. Like what the fuck do you mean Happy Thanksgiving? And it's crazy because people will fall out with you because you didn't text them back. Like, I mean, ditto. Like, what the fuck?
What are we thankful for though? From
I'm
last year to
thankful
this
for a
year.
lot, to be honest.
No, what
I
are we
mean,
thankful?
I wake up every
What's our
day.
new
You know,
what's
you
our new
blessed.
thing? What's our new thankful for from last year to this year? What's changed in our lives, or what have we been blessed with
I
that?
mean, I'm just thankful for life. I mean, at the end of the day, COVID do exist, and people with the shot or without the shot is dying. So, if anything, I'm just thankful to still be here in this world, in this era where they want to scare you. Motherfuckers literally get up
Excuse
and go
me.
to the supermarket and get beat up and shot. So I'm thankful for
Facts.
never really being in the line of fire. I don't even have the settling happy face in a mask. So motherfucker probably want to beat me up every time I might look at them and be looking through them. So the fact that I make it home every day from the grocery store, I can be thankful for that. You know, it doesn't seem like much,
That's a lot.
but I don't have to sit with my family though and, you know,
Right. Well, I
say
miss
those
my
things. Like I
family.
don't
I'm
really
not gonna lie.
we
I
deserve
miss I miss
to
it.
be together.
I miss sitting with my family. Like we haven't. I don't think we've been together all in one place in probably like 5 years. So that's my mom's side of the family. My dad's side of the family, we don't really. I don't really participate in the big settings of the big groups because I ain't cool with all of them. It's just a small set. It's a small setting of those of that side of the family that I'm cool with. So I deal with them accordingly. Like I got my favorite picks on my dad's side that we talk every day. They're probably watching. But my mom and I, we used to get together all the time. We don't. So as everybody's gotten older, we've all got our own family. So we don't all come together. We stay at our house with our own family. But what I am thankful for that's different for me within last year is a peace, a settling peace. Um,
You better say that. Okay.
I don't even let things rile me up. Nothing matters to me that much anymore. Like I'm really dealing with some shit in the last couple months that I said it on my Facebook. I was like, if this goes bad, it's gonna fuck you up. And of course, it went bad. If anything could have gone bad, that went bad. And I was like, it's gonna fuck me up. It fucking me up. But guess what? I'm still like, it is what it is at the
Gotta
end of the
live.
day.
You bounce.
Right. At the
You
end
deal
of the
with
day,
it.
I
Right.
still got to get up and go to work. Still got to deal with this. I still got to deal with that. When it comes, it comes. When it don't, it don't. Whatever is for me is for me. Whatever God has for me, can't nobody take it away. I know
You
that.
better say
I,
that.
I've learned that. It took me almost 40 years to get it, but I'm good with that, and I'm thankful. That is my biggest thanks for this year is that I have found out how to have peace in the midst of a bunch of bullshit and a bunch of haters around you, and that's wonderful for me. Cause I can look at you, laugh, and keep stepping.
Right.
So this year, that's huge for me. Besides all of the others that Whitney named, I'm thankful for that. I'm big time thankful for my peace, and that's why I can stay at home and be like, "Oh, y'all have turkey? Hope it's good." I mean, I'm be over here chilling. This is my peace. I make sure my house is very nice, cause I can walk around this motherfucker and be here 24/7 and be happy. So that's my
You know, I
thankful
don't
for this year.
understand the people who gotta be always gone. Like, damn, is your house nasty or something? Like, what
They
kind of
not.
spirits is in there? Motherfuckers just gone all the
Those are the
time.
people
Like,
that
you don't like
those are the
being there.
people that ain't. Yeah, they don't like being by themselves. Those are people that can't function solo. Like I don't mind that. I love me. I have a good fun with me.
Oh, I love my house.
I'd be
Yeah.
just in the corner, fucking around. Mm-mm.
People always be gone. Like, why the fuck you trying to come over? I don't even like when people want to come over too much. Like, what do you want to keep coming over for? You should
Oh
like,
my God. I mean, my thing is, are you bringing some food or something? What you stopping by here? Yeah, I feel the same way. I really do. When I was younger, I used to, you just 16, 17, 18, ripping around the streets and stuff like that. You're still fairly a new driver. So But I mean, by the time you get a family and shit like that, all that ripping and running is for the birds. What are we doing it? Why are we doing
Honey,
it?
I think when gas hit $3, I was like, where am I going? No fucking where. Where do I gotta go that's going
That
ooh
important.
wee? I can't even think
Yeah.
about it. I
You know,
don't know. Like I don't what I don't like about Thanksgiving is just the fakeness. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to get to no. Fuck Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. You know a holiday I really despise? Easter. Like, what the fuck are we going to get these outfits for? Like,
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
why? And what I don't understand, okay, as a kid in church and all of that, like, okay, Easter was coming up, you about to get this suit and all this other bullshit. And we hated it as kids. So why as adults do we subject our kids to the same shit? I don't care that it's not the big dress and the big bows. Y'all still going out here buying these kids Burberry shirts and shit and be daring them to get them dirty. Like, what are we doing here? Why are
Damn,
we
Whitney, I
doing
just
this
was
shit?
saying I was
Period.
buying a
Like,
Burberry shirt for my grandbabies. Fake pictures. I didn't. It
hopefully,
was It
if
was
the
$180
babies take their
that
pictures,
I let
get
them.
them dirty.
It was $180. I let motherfuckers sitting right at Neiman Marcus. I'm not paying no $180. Nah, we hood over here. Them
but
motherfucking
see,
shirts that have mud pies on them at 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was, let these kids be kids. Like sometimes we just like we overexert ourselves in these situations with our kids. Like we want them to look good, that's fine, but you can get a nice looking shirt from Target for a fucking kid. Like we don't what is
Mm-hmm.
with all this designer and shit? And then it's for Easter. Like, oh, I bought my kids these outfits for Easter and blah 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 blah. Like, why are we doing this? I don't know. I despise Easter though because it's a big ass fashion show. Did Jesus die and rise again for a fashion show? Shit, like what is the fucking purpose of Resurrection Sunday? I
I
don't
don't.
know.
Most
I
people
mean,
don't even know
people
the
do what
story
they're
of the
used
real
to.
story of Easter. People don't even know that part about the
Well, that
Bible.
was sad.
Well, until a couple years ago,
It
I know
definitely
that
ain't no goddamn bunny.
I didn't know that there were some people in the world that treated Easter like Christmas. Like we never got gifts on Easter. We got new outfits and we went to church. But we went to church anyways. But we just had a different
That
outfit
was
for
no
church.
gift.
I did not know motherfuckers was getting gifts. I was that somebody
Yeah,
one of my
somebody
little
started
white.
that shit. It ain't that
Uh,
is new. Easter gifts and shit. Put
No,
them
I
in the
have
basket.
a question. Since we want
do
to talk
y'all
about
mind
it,
if I start me a snack in the air fryer?
no,
I'm
I
a
don't. I
little
don't.
hungry. Okay.
I want to know this though.
Be
Maybe
right
you can
back.
answer it. One of y'all could definitely answer this. So I remember on what is it in New Year's Eve. You got the countdown. Now I should not be telling this ignorant line, but I mean this is Rants and Roll, right? If
Yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
do it anywhere, so I remember back in the day, my mom would have us all go in the basement.
Honey, why? That's some Christian shit. Away from the windows.
Oh wait,
Oh yeah, cause we gonna start shooting shit up.
we damn near about to do the damn tornado drill. And you know what's so funny? My son is so shady. I said, babe, if something happens to you at your school, please call me. He said, you know what, mom, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get down and face the wall like it's a tornado drill, and then I'm gonna call you, okay? I'm like, you know what?
Honey, how about
My ass, but
I
my
think it was 2 years ago. I was caught on the east side. I messed around, was at my niece's house, locked my keys in her car. This is what I told myself. I'm like, ooh, it's getting late. They about to start shooting. I was like off East 8 Mile and grass shit. So I was like, let me go ahead and head home. You know what I'm saying? It's about time to go. Honey, now I locked my keys in the house. I got to blowing them up. I was so fucking nervous. I was walking around her backyard looking for places to hide from bullets.
this is
When
what
Hell
I
I'm
say
saying.
I was
no.
about to get in the trash can, it was so fucking ridiculous. My niece pulled up in the nick of time. I was like, do you know how how heavy my heart was beating. Like, this saved my life. Like, I literally knew that was it for me.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, we're traumatized in so many
Traumatized as
ways.
fuck. Like, we gotta get in this house before y'all start shooting these guns.
And so
Ooh.
my thing is, okay, so we gotta be in the house, in our own house, right? We gotta be in the basement, and we gotta almost damn near hold our breath. I
Right.
remember one year she was so pissed at my dad because he was laying in that bed asleep. Like, you would have thought, you know, if my dad was arguing with her the day before and communion was the next day, she told him not to take communion.
Oh, we
So, you know,
not don't start holy consecration the next day.
because you ain't right. And so anyway, so she mad at him because he laying in the bed. But my thing is this: you do all of this at home, but yet it's okay to go to watch our service. I mean, if bullets is flying, they can go through the church. Ain't like nobody ever died at church before. So I'm just trying to say. And then when we leave, we still gonna be driving in the time they shooting. So is it good to get hit? Why you
You know
running?
what? Because when I was at Greater Grace,
Oh,
Bishop definitely used to keep us in there to about 12:30. Like, they definitely still shooting Bishop. Like,
right, they
Yes.
still.
but you was covered by the blood, I guess. So you good.
But
You was
this is what
Automatically.
covered by
I'm
the
So
blood.
talking about.
so I've never watch night service is my favorite Sunday. So I think I'm going on 6 years. This is the 17th year straight that I spent at church. And my pastor's birthday is January 1st. So after we celebrate watch night, we automatically celebrate his birthday. It's their way of keeping us over. So we probably get out at about 1 o'clock. But my church is on 7 Mile in Greenfield. So we still shoot.
And
We
they
shoot
still shooting
on,
that one.
huh?
Yeah, they still shooting that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we still shoot.
I said they definitely
But
still shooting that one on 7 Mile and Green.
yeah, definitely. We shoot at 8.
Yeah.
And some of them fools
Shit.
is getting out of church still shooting shit.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we talking about the same people that on the 4th of July don't stop popping off fireworks till 3 a.m. That's
No,
disrespectful.
how about we're talking about the same people
Shit,
that on the 4th of July is still popping fireworks today? Like, how cheap
Yeah.
were they?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fuck?
But this is the type of stuff. But
They
yeah,
don't shoot over here though. To be honest, they don't shoot by me. They pop fireworks over here. They don't shoot.
what they do by me. But my thing
That was
is,
excellent.
you brought up a point with that saying, you know, you almost wanted to hide in the trash can. Like,
Honey, I was about to, not almost. Shit. My niece didn't.
so that's a problem.
Honey, because they shooting. This is the east side. They was probably shooting across the street like bullets come down.
Right.
Where the fuck am I going to hide from the stray bullets? I thought I was literally like I was really walking around looking for places to hide. Like I'm calling her like, where are you? Like
I wonder if I got a new gun. I wonder if I gonna shoot my gun.
Ooh,
honey,
well,
you
you
better
know,
say bullets. It's inflation.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah. I don't even know if I got no bullets. I ain't even gonna lie.
One of my
I shot
friends
my
got
motherfucker about that.
engaged. Oh, you great. One of my friends got engaged on New Year's Eve. This is what I'm talking about being traumatized, right? So I was kind of leery about going because it's New Year's Eve. They're going to be shooting and shit like that. So we at the piano bar, and I don't know why I was like, am I going to live through the night? And then when I seen that I still lived, I was so grateful. But this be the type of stuff,
Racqi.
you
Because
know.
you were
If
traumatized
you feel
kids.
Yeah.
like
Honey,
you gotta ask
remember
yourself, are
when
you gonna live? You need to go on.
Right,
you
but
gotta
we was
take
in
these
Royal
chances.
Oak.
You never
I was
know.
definitely gonna live. It's the trauma behind it. You know, trauma
Right.
always have logic and reasoning. It's trauma. And we
Remember
used
when people were stocking up on canned goods for Y2K?
yeah.
Yeah.
And we all lived. We thought that was gonna be the end of the world.
You wanna
People
know
was
what my
probably
family
coming out
did?
on the other half.
We
Kawasaki. Sha-na-na.
we was ready on their ass. Listen. So DTE was offering what is it called? A generator that attached to your house, and it was solar. It was a solar one. So we paid to have it attached to our house.
Ooh,
And
that
if your
sounds
shit cut off,
expensive.
it was very expensive. But we was hood rich. But the light would catch on to it and it would turn the house back on. So of course, then shit happened in Y2K. So they spent all that money, didn't need the bitch. But remember when we had the blackout?
Yeah, we had a generator too.
Yeah, everybody was dark, not us. We was that bitch.
No,
partying.
not us either.
Yeah, we was good shade. We had everything.
Yeah, we did too. Niggas was watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking.
I'm late, but I'm here.
All right.
Even this past, just when we was just having these storms a little bit ago, my power went out. Up here, they don't have like basements and stuff with with the drains in the floor. So we had a sub pump. My sub pump went out. Basement flooded. Shit was all bad, but our generator was on. Remember, I was stressed out about that generator.
I was just talking about how her hair is frozen at the ends.
Oh my God.
She had to call me and tell me that. Lord. But yeah, it's really something to be said growing up black, and we laugh at a lot of this shit, but it's ridiculous. Like my son, now this is funny. This is me and my parenting. So I used to tell my son, when you leave the bus stop, when you're coming home, I need you to run like a dog is chasing you because I didn't snatched up.
Not like a dog chasing you though.
Yes. So he said one day he did. He said one day he did it. He was just like, "This is stupid." I looked. He said when he noticed that he was almost like racing the bus.
Now he was going 15 miles per hour.
And so he was like, I'm not doing this no more. I just decided that day I'm not doing it no more. And I couldn't do nothing but laugh because, I get it. Despite our parents would tell us, I didn't get mad, be like, but I told you need to do, because I get it. I get being a kid and like my parents then told me something that's totally crazy and it just doesn't make sense. I'm not about to do that shit. And he said, he had saw another kid do the same thing one day, and he knew what it was. He knew why that kid was doing that, and he chuckled. Like he was like, "This must be a black thing."
Like step on the crack, break your mama back. You walking, looking down the whole goddamn time, making sure you don't step on the crack. No goddamn well. Some black people shit.
I know, and we tell our kids don't put them earphones on. You know what I'm saying? Don't be distracted. Look all around. We tell them all of that, and it's.
Well, you gotta still tell them that because people are still out here snatching kids.
Yeah,
and they are, but it's you listen to yourself say these things, and it's like for a second it's funny, but it's real though. At the same time, it's real.
Definitely,
you got. You know what I'm saying? Your kids have to be a motherfucker.
And sadly, I don't know if y'all tell y'all kids this, but don't wear no hoods.
Yeah.
Don't wear hoods. They grab that hood, put that hood over your face, fuck you up. You want to know who beat your ass. But you didn't got your ass beat.
Yeah, you're right. You got a point. And that's so real. That's so real. So let's get into some current events and then we'll get back to the realness, because I like the relaxed convo. That's what makes Rants and Roads, what it is.
And I'm sorry I'm eating y'all. I was asleep. And I had to wake up and have a little food.
They are right. They know what time it is. This is Rants.
I eat all the time.
Yeah.
I eat all the time.
This is Rants and Roads. So they got AhmaudArbery's mother talking about how, she had to walk out because they want to bring up her son's long and dirty toenails.
Where did they see them at though? Like that was my question.
I don't know.
Was running.
I don't know.
Right, I was so confused.
And I mean, I hope they're not talking about him.
I missed this. They said his toenails was dirty.
Yeah, in the trial, the prosecutors. I think it was his closing arguments or something like that.
It's easy, Myron.
Yeah, because the thing is as you know, they want to make the person look crazy or give you a reason to be like, well, he's not that important. You know what I'm saying? People rationalize in their minds why someone else's life is not valuable based on things that they don't agree with. So he was dirty too, like fuck him type of thing. And that's what I get out of it. And his mother was just like over it. And I don't blame her. But so like you, I don't get outraged about a lot of things anymore. A lot of things I see and I'd be like, I will acknowledge this fucked up, definitely. But I have taken the approach that if we're not going to do anything, if we're going to continue to do nothing, then what are we outraged about? Because stuff like that, those type of emotions are there to get you to get your ass up and do something. It's a motivator. So if you're not getting up and doing anything, then what you're doing is you're just releasing cortisol into your body for no good reason. You're putting stress on your organs for no good reason. And you're going to continue to do absolutely nothing. Like you did yesterday, like your ass did today, and you'll do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, and I would love to be active, but here's the thing: I can't be the only one. So,
but it don't take protest. That's the thing. Like, oh, this stuff happened, and then people want to get out here and protest. The protest doesn't really change anything. It takes it takes being active in your community. It takes being a real change. It takes being a part of these programs and these organizations that's doing stuff. It takes having to walk your own streets and clean up trash. Shit that nobody really thinks to do. Yeah, we can complain about people littering all the time, but what are we doing to actually clean it up? Like it takes the action. The action isn't protest.
And I got to piggyback off Whitney because a lot of times when people hear voting, they're thinking major elections. No, your city elections are just as important as the state and
the most important, not the
because they're going to when just for instance, like the mask thing, they got shut down in different states, not federal court. They shut that down in a state court. Like it's important for you to vote for judges. It's important for you to vote for ordinance in your community. It's important for you to vote for grants for the roads, things like that. Take time, go to a school board meeting. You might not have a kid in the system, but go to school board meeting. You got kids that live around you. Your thoughts, your opinion are very important to those people that's on that school board because you voted them. So whether you give a damn about whether your kids are grown or not, you got grandkids, you got kids that live in your neighborhood. You don't want the bullshit in your neighborhood. So you want to make sure that your school board is definitely on par, at least, at a minimum.
Yep. And if there's no one watching, if there's no one exercising their voice, then why should the people that are supposed to work on your behalf care? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you leave anything unmonitored too long, it's going do the fool. It's like the students with a substitute teacher. Like, them classes be off the chain. Shit. And the kid, we the substitute teacher, and the kids is the people that's supposed to protect us. They running rampant because no one is really on them.
Right.
Not only do we need to vote, but this is one thing we forget to do. We forget to require something of our votes. Don't you know that other races require something for their votes? Or people like Jewish community, they got their own community going on. So they, other stuff doesn't affect them like it affects us because they're taking care of their community and ensuring what they need to have going on is going on. They're educating their own and stuff like that. It's amazing. I mean, I watch them. It's a lot of them in different pockets of my city, and they do their own thing. They really do. I mean, but
I'm glad they found them motherfuckers guilty.
Yeah,
I knew they was gonna do it because that man asked for a plea deal. At that point,
it was
in the case, I was like, oh, they're gonna be found guilty. Before that, I didn't think, it was questionable, especially from what just happened to Rittenhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the one William Rowdy, whatever, the one who was recording and shit, wanted a plea deal. He's been iffy since the beginning when they first got arrested. Like he wanted to be honest, he didn't want to be a part of it. He knew. So I'm just glad that this was justice for, one of the many people that's, going through this. It's messed up that the officers are still free that killed Breonna Taylor. They still working, they still getting a check. It's just, I don't know, like, this is happening too much. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy to me is it's like our federal government want to get involved in some shit, but not none of the real shit, Like if we as people don't see that Joe Biden and what's the lady name? Kamala Harris don't give a fuck about black people. I mean, I don't know what to say. So
I mean, we're still talking about both Democrat, honey. I mean, we're still believing that it has to be a certain party. There are scumbags on both parties. Which one makes the most sense? You vote based on the person's policies and their record. What have they done? What is credible? What can we see? It's crazy. So the Kyle Rittenhouse, they keep pitching this thing. It's not about race. It's about self-defense.
Well, because he didn't kill black people.
Yeah, but
So
I think
it wasn't like
I think my thing with the
it
race
wasn't that
part
it was
of
a
it
racial
was
thing.
my thing with the race thing
Them
was
letting him off.
it was a Black Lives Matter march. It's been many protests. He ain't take his ass running to any of those other protests. He took his ass out there because he had a problem with people protesting for Black Lives Matter. He crossed the state line. Everyone people wanted he was protecting his neighborhood. He
With an
he didn't even list dumbass over there. He came over there with an illegal gun that his granddad bought for him when he was 17. Matter of fact, the problem that I have with it was curfew was put in place. So he's outside of the curfew. You already breaking the law. So quit trying to say that he's out here trying to protect shit. No, he's breaking fucking law.
But protect what? Like, what are you protecting?
Nothing. Not a
The
goddamn
protest?
thing. Yes, talking about they were burning buildings down in his neighborhood. Shut your dumb ass up. You ain't pay $1 for them damn buildings because you just turned 18. You wasn't even paying tax, you little bitch.
No, he wasn't 18 yet. He was still 17.
Oh, so
he
even
was
worse.
A kid with a gun who crossed state lines and killed people.
Even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Even worse. But then you have young black
kid. The tension of the protest as the way to shoot. Because you was heckling these people. These motherfuckers was about to beat you up and you shot.
Before he got there, he went on his Facebook. He was talking about how if he was at across the street from CVS, saw them looting at CVS. If he had a gun, he would kill them all. He said that days before. And then he went into it. That's premeditated, if you ask me. But see, the judge knew what was up.
All that shit out.
Yes,
they couldn't talk about his social
media.
Was up. They couldn't talk about none of that shit.
He knew what was up. So he cut all that bullshit out.
Yeah.
But then you take the opposite
you couldn't
side.
Call the people he killed victims. You had to call them thugs. Nope. That he didn't want you calling them victims in his courtroom.
It was a setup. The little black boy Tamir Rice, he had a toy gun and was killed by the police.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to hear none of that bullshit about that little ugly ass motherfucker. He should watch it. He gonna be watching his back the rest of his life. There's a thing called street justice. You might not get it in the court, but you might catch it on the street.
So
and all these protests, you don't see protesting in the hood. Bet they won't bring their ass on 7 Mile in Greenville.
No, remember when they was out there protesting on 6 Mile and the police shot that guy? Outside of that liquor store off of
that was one of my former students, Hakeem. I know exactly what you're talking about. He had a gun that he tried to shoot. He pulled the gun out the car and they popped his ass. Well, he was a little special when he was a kid. So I wasn't surprised.
No, I'm not saying he was protesting because I don't even think he had anything to do with it.
He wasn't. He did.
But remember, they was out there outside protesting out there at that liquor store.
I think it was I think they was protesting at that liquor store. But the cops pulled up on one of them, and he was patting down one of his boys, and Hakeem or his brother, I forget which one it was. I think it was Hakeem. He put the gun out and shot at the police officer.
At the police, yeah.
So, here
You
goes.
say what?
Zooty P.
Oh.
Why he always dark? This is, you know what?
Zooty.
Now he don't want us to see him drinking.
Zooty. Oh my God.
He probably trying to get to a quiet place his kids sleep at this point. Where he at?
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I can hear you.
We can't hear you.
Ooh,
Oh Lord, yeah.
My God. Here we go, Zooty P.
Honey, you're gonna have to turn that audio on so we can hear you.
We can't hear you, bro. We cannot hear you.
Oh my God. Now you know. This Zooty is funny.
Yes.
Oh, we gotta take some of the comments.
We gotta write him a note.
We can't hear you, bro. Let me text him.
This is crazy.
There you go.
Hold on,
Hey.
I know why. Hold on.
No, we can hear you now.
Let me connect to the Wi-Fi. Let me connect to the Wi-Fi.
He said the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, nigga.
I got my work socks on.
Hey, them boys from Atlanta.
Hold on, I can't hear y'all either, yo.
Oh shit.
Hold on. Nah. I can't even hear the people.
Not the people.
Zooty.
Zooty.
My Bluetooth. Yo, hold on, yo. My volume. Oh, there you go. Hold on, I see the volume bar. Let me turn the volume up.
How old is this man?
Oh, all right, there you go.
Me out.
Man, I can't hear you like I heard y'all before, yo. I'm gonna leave and come back.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah.
let me come back.
What was we talking about? Oh my God.
He's cutting on the Wi-Fi.
I feel like
he said he getting on the Wi-Fi.
like we was getting into the thick of it.
It's them people who talking about Kyle Rittenhouse should come intern with them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yo, the people that these
In the House
motherfuckers
of
done voted
Representatives.
for. Yeah, they gonna take a picture with Donald Dump's punk ass. Fuck out of here. No, and that's what pisses me off about us.
Hold on, yo. I'm gonna connect to my Bluetooth.
That pisses me off about us. We out here,
honey.
we out here killing each other when there are other targets. Leave it at that.
I don't know why that Donald Trump is.
Can y'all hear me?
What is that?
Zooty.
What are you doing, brother?
The Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Is
like
that his thighs?
Those is his calves, nigga.
Yo.
you sound like a robot.
Yeah.
Zooty.
Hold on, yo.
Turn off the Bluetooth.
Put him out and let him come back.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
now
there
I
we
can
go.
hear
There
you.
you go,
Okay.
Zooty P, clearing the house.
My fault, yo. It was the Bluetooth, yo. Hey, yo, listen, man. My phone a little fucked up, so y'all just chill, yo.
That's a brand new phone.
Hey, yo,
Nothing wrong with your damn phone.
Hey, yo, wait. What you say? You said is
Back
that
out.
his thighs?
Right.
Shit, I thought that was your thigh. I'm about to say he a little thick.
Yeah. Hey, yo. Hey, don't worry about what's going on over here, nigga.
Don't worry.
When I jump over your ass, don't say nothing, goddamn.
Okay. My
Hey,
bad.
what y'all talking about, man? What y'all up to? Hey, happy Thanksgiving, y'all, man. What y'all cooking, yo?
Should we
Happy
eat
Thanksgiving.
something?
Somebody done made the collard greens already. Well, I'm trying not to eat the whole pan of collard greens. I'm trying to eat all that.
Not the can.
Pan.
No, I
Oh,
said the
good.
whole pan.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. Lord have mercy. Don't try to play me.
No, I was eating myself.
Hey, JC, your connection's terrible, bro.
Hey tell Jay. Hey yo, man. Tell Jay. Tell Jay I'm about to get on Call of Duty, yo, in a little bit, yo.
He listen.
Yeah,
Zooty, what you
exactly.
over there drinking?
Everything.
Zooty.
Zooty.
Zooty. It's what I was smoking is the problem, goddamn. Like, yeah.
Are you off tomorrow?
That game.
Hey, y'all going out? So
Nah,
Zooty,
we at the crib. We here.
Zooty should have called in on the visited family part because they're very active in visiting because his wife is from one part of the state and he's from another. Actually, he's from a different state, so they visit their family a lot on the weekends.
Mm.
Hell yeah. And it's
And where
always
your
turn
wife
up
from?
central.
What was your thoughts on the
My
Kyle?
wife,
What's his last name? Oh, go ahead.
Rittenhouse?
Rittenhouse.
Yeah,
who Rittenhouse?
Oh,
the white boy that got off with the gun and shit.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, yo. Hey, yo, so listen, right? It's kind of it's crazy to think that like
Zooty,
so
we
for
can't
one,
hear you. We looking at a black
it's
screen.
hold on.
That, bro.
Oh damn, my fault. I pressed the button. Hey yo. So it's always twofold with that situation, yo. It's like you gotta think like, oh yeah, if it was a black person and da 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 da. Of course. Like that's what I know. Like Black Lives Matter don't mean shit to me because I always knew for the 33 years of my life that my black life mattered. You know what I mean? So like I know that I mattered. All my peoples that I know they all alive. You know, so when we see shit like that, it's like it's the same old shit. Don't shit change. And think about it. Shit is still gonna happen. It's gonna continue to happen. So fuck all of that. The next thing that I'm gonna say is like, imagine fucking being in a crowd of people and you see a motherfucker with a fucking AR. You think you going? I don't give a fuck. You the biggest, baddest motherfucker. You're not gonna say shit to that motherfucker if he ain't
No.
already shooting people. And you looking at the motherfucker like
I'm
already gonna
definitely not
leave.
gonna provoke him. Yeah, not with a gun
I'm
in
not
his
gonna provoke him.
around this shit. Yeah.
So the fact that you think because this is America, this is my country, and you are not gonna walk around here with an AR because you are not going to be Mr. Badass. Nah, bitch, you can be whatever the fuck you want to be. I'm either going or I'm gonna shoot you. It's one or two. It's when if you feel like you because there's people who arm themselves and walk around all day with a fucking gun because they are ready for a crazy motherfucker to just walk into a Walmart and shoot that bitch up. So I commend people who walk around like that with a fucking gun.
Not undercover
Boom.
security.
honey, no one is trying to be messing around with Tough Terry, okay?
No, hell no. Don't know. I don't want to do it. I got a lot of hair on my chest.
Yeah.
I might need to shave the hair under my armpits.
But that's
bitch,
the
I'm not
reason
about
why he
fucking.
got off. Because he was provoked. They was beefing.
Oh yeah, he was provoked.
Yeah, that's why he got off. He
But
didn't
see,
just
that's
shoot in the crowd. He was beefing, arguing.
But let me tell you
before
something.
shot him.
I
think that's why they was able to say it was self defense, even though everything else
it was
around it
self-defense.
was fucking illegal. Why are you here? You're underage. Why do you have this gun? These are the
Don't
questions.
walk into a
Here,
crowd that's
just because
fighting,
you
get your
provoked,
ass
you was
whooped, and
able to
call it
shoot.
self-defense. You walked into a crowd
Right.
of
Keep it
motherfuckers
moving.
fighting.
And that's what
got your ass beat. Now
hey,
you
yo,
want
y'all
to be
gotta
like, oh, I'm self-defense. Stay your ass home.
Yeah, call it self defense. Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Q, it's twofold. If you a nigga with an AR and you only there to be there in case some shit jump off, another unarmed person ain't gonna do shit to me right now. I got an AR. So I'm going to de-escalate myself before I even put myself in a situation where I gotta shoot a motherfucker. That's what I don't understand about.
Listen,
He had
you
intentions
know,
on going
it's
over there.
only about 10 people in the world that I'm really concerned about. If they not at fucking rally, I ain't coming out. I don't give a fuck what
I'm
y'all
not
doing out
coming
there.
out.
I might not even open up my window. I'm gonna be on Call of Duty. Do you remember back in the day? Here's a prime example. Back in the day, it might have been 2001, 2002. We owned the game My neighbors next door are having a full blown out motherfucking party. We on the game, I hear bah, bah, bah.
Oh my
I say,
God.
bro, that don't sound like that's off Call of Duty. I go lean out the window. It's a motherfucking they bop, 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 bop. I saw the murder happen.
Ooh,
You think I took my ass downstairs with my AR? Hell no, I got back on my game and minding my motherfucking business.
Yeah, that was
Everybody
his
in my house
business,
was
minding his
good.
business.
Everybody in my house was good. I'm not, what the fuck? I'm not coming down there. I'm not testifying. I'm not going on the news. The news was on my grass the next motherfucking day. You got anything to say? What happened? Huh? I don't know shit. I was playing Call of Duty. I heard plenty of gunshots. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not going out there. I look like Ice Cube. I'm not going out there on that bullshit. I'm not doing that. Like, they should have, somebody shot his ass. That's what would have happened if he was in the real hood. He was out there with that bullshit. He was out there with them nice white folks trying to protest for Black Lives Matter and show that some of them wasn't racist. He would never do that shit in Raleigh, North Carolina. He would never do that shit in Detroit, Michigan. He would never do that shit in Decatur, Georgia. He ain't gonna do that shit. They protest in the areas and where it got them damn tiki holes where they know these white folks is gonna join in with them. I wouldn't be surprised if these motherfuckers did it out here.
But you know what's
Commerce
crazy,
Township.
In the South, though, like that's crazy though, cause like Portland got people walking around with all type of crazy guns right now and shit like that. But in North Carolina, like that little boy would have got killed by another person, you know?
Quickly.
Like by another white person. Like these white people down here. I wouldn't see white people. All people are armed because it's so crazy. You can get an AR without a license. You know what I mean? In the southern states, that shit is crazy.
My shit's upstairs. I bought an AR 7-8 months ago. I think I shot it once. The motherfucker ain't even loaded. It ain't even low. I can't even tell you if I got bullets for the motherfucker. It ain't that easy. The other gun down here somewhere. I'm not going outside protecting motherfuckers. Take your ass in your house. Yeah. Now, if this front door open up, it's gonna be your last step.
Right.
Okay.
It's gonna be your last step. I'm gonna even if I hear you at the front door, I'm gonna shoot the bitch and drag you in.
Hey, so you definitely getting on the game tonight.
Yeah. Your ass.
Ooh,
that gonna change.
Nah, it's not cool. Like it's not cool that we had like guns, period. But it's the fact that all the states have different gun laws. Like, I think that I think that own a gun should be a federal. If you can't say felons can't have a gun, then why the fuck are you letting each state determine their own rules on guns? I don't understand that shit. If federal over state, I don't understand.
But if you just got out of jail, you can't vote. They worry about the wrong shit.
Yeah, but that don't matter because the government chooses who they want to be in the office anyway.
They should have locked his granddaddy old ass up. Because he was the one bought him the gun, gave him the gun with his underage ass. You should have locked his old racist ass up.
Yeah, you got to vote for the local election because, like I said, one is a joke.
Hey, he sent them out there like, man, he's going to go out there. I might as well send him with a gun.
Right.
Like, that's how people think, man.
He just was going out on Call of Duty talking that bullshit.
Right, that's funny. I know. That's crazy.
Yeah, the fact that you shoot unarmed, the fact that you can shoot an unarmed person, bro, is just crazy to me, son.
Yeah, I mean,
three unarmed people.
Because when I took my motherfucking class, it said straight up, if your life is not in danger, you could not shoot. His life in fucking danger. He got hit with a skateboard. Get your bitch ass up and run to the cops. The cops are already out here, motherfucker.
The cops was right there.
Yeah, nah.
If one motherfucker hit me with a skateboard, I'm gonna get my ass the fuck up and fight. What the fuck?
Nah, let me say this. Let me flip it around. I had shot him.
One ain't nobody gonna hit me with no goddamn skateboard.
I don't know if I would have. I might have shot him, but I might not have shot him to kill him.
I might have shot him in the leg or something.
Yeah, I might have shot him in the leg, but I wouldn't have shot to kill because I don't want to be on trial for murder. But if I'd have saw somebody with a gun, everybody dies. But I wouldn't have my black ass out there.
Yeah. You know, once it get dark, I get sleepy anyway. So protesting at night won't work. I get tired as fuck.
the city high, the only city high school is right here. They have plenty of the fucking. I'm thankful that Kyle was acquitted.
That's good for you. I'm happy that you're thankful, honey. Hopefully he don't come shoot your ass one day. You made the wrong move, but good luck. I don't care.
What is
I'm
all
not
that
even gonna
noise?
say nothing to. That's Zooty
Judy
doing some
P.
shit.
Oh, honey, what
I'm
is all
thankful
of
that
that
Kyle
noise?
was acquitted. Who the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
Tell Super KP log in. We want you on here, but show your face.
Oh, not show your face, honey.
Yeah, I mean, vote their opinion. I ain't mad at it.
They could be trolling. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's a hero in my opinion. Can you explain to me why he's a hero? I'd love to know.
Because he was out there defending himself, I guess.
Hey, bro, what the?
What is going
I
on
can't
here?
hear y'all again, yo.
All right, what's
Hey,
our next
yo,
topic?
somebody say something, man. Why y'all all quiet?
We all talking, bro. Ay, 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 ay.
Thank you, bro. Nah, this shit low as hell.
Um. So what do you think? What's up with Donnie over there vouching for him though? Is it clout? Is it riding away? Is he a little
So
bit?
let's be clear. The end. What is it? Because he was attacked by a mob and survived, and then attacked by the state. Listen, you can't say that you were attacked by a mob when you interjected yourself into a situation. When you come out into a riot that's already taking place, you are subjecting yourself to what is going on. You are not the law. You are not the authority. You are underage. He's a vigilante that should have been taken care of, in my opinion. And he is going to have backlash for the rest of his life. He's never going to walk around without watching his back. It's not going to happen. And the thing is he got black people and white people on his ass. So he may be a hero to y'all, to some of you all, but to the majority of the people, he is not. So you all get a very good GoFundMe, because he's gonna need a
Oh no,
lot
they
of
cut all
money to
them
protect
down.
himself.
No, they stopped them. Remember he did.
Oh, did they?
They did. They had a whole bunch of GoFundMe's to pay for his legal defense. As soon as he got off, GoFundMe took
he
all
had a
the
right
money.
to be there. He had a right to be there. No, he did not. It was a curfew. There was a curfew put in place. His right was to have his
None
ass
of them
home.
had a right to be there, actually.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
That includes him. He's not the law. He's not the authority. Tell him to come. Tell him we having a protest on 7 Mile in Greenfield, 48235. Bring his ass and his motherfucking yard
Oh
down
my
to the hood.
God.
I guarantee you, justice will be served.
I can see myself now trying to protest on 7 Mile in Greenfield, walk my fat ass.
Oh, we
right
have parties on 7
boy.
Mile in Greenfield.
Bro,
You're
y'all
not
see.
coming on
I
there
ain't
with
had
that
no
bullshit.
steak bites.
The curfew
and
wasn't
fat
enforced.
boys.
Listen, just because there was a curfew, whether they enforce it at that moment or not, it's breaking the law. You don't want. Oh no, I want that. That boy didn't miss. Where did y'all get this clown from?
Honey, I don't know. I don't even know who that is.
He's watching on YouTube.
Yeah,
Listen, who didn't he miss? He didn't miss who? What are we talking
trust
about?
me. He
I was talking about
he
getting
didn't
some
miss.
steak bites at Fat Boys.
Oh yeah, and my barbershop right directly across the street, Moheads.
From Fat Boy? Oh, okay, yeah. I used to live on Ferguson. Yeah. I went to Bow. I grew up on
That's right. I lived on 4.
Yeah, I went to Ferguson.
All right, what's our next topic?
I thought you was arguing with Super Kel. I mean, it's
Super Kel is dismissed.
Oh, that's Super K Pill.
Super K Pill, yeah, he's on pills.
Super K Pill gonna click the link and give his opinion or her opinion.
I would love to hear him or her.
Would you be out there, Super K Pill, in the mob like that?
I'm not mad at a different opinion. I just said log in. Come on, I'm not mad at your opinion like assholes.
Okay. You're saying you will log in, or you saying you will be a part of an angry mob?
He's saying he will go to 7 Mile in Greenfield. I don't believe it.
Like I really wouldn't willingly go to a protest that I know they're gonna be there
No, I'm not.
acting a fool. Yeah, I
No, I
wouldn't.
went down. I did go down to the protest in Kentucky, but it was, you know what? We partied, we celebrated, we threw a barbecue. It was no bullshit. But we kept the awareness going. The news came. We had conversation. Wasn't nobody doing no bullshit. It was all us. We had a good ass time.
Let's look. It's K Pill jumping in.
Okay, KPL coming in.
Right.
I like people with people names.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello.
Greetings to you.
Hey.
Turn your
Oh
volume on.
damn!
Turn your volume on.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Can't hear
You
you.
might need to log out and log back in. Text and say we can't hear. Oh damn.
Okay. Looks like he's okay.
KPL said, who afraid? Not me.
Hey, can you hear?
Tell him to hit his mic button. He got to hit his mic button.
Hit your mic.
My God.
And then tell him to share the link to all his other friends.
Test.
Oh,
There you go.
Tess. Hello.
Share your link if you can to your friends.
Okay. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yes.
good. You can hear us?
Okay. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying.
First, let's hear where you from. Thank you for joining us. Where are you from?
Florida.
Okay.
Hi.
What part of Florida?
Tampa.
Okay.
Go back.
Yeah. No.
All conversations are done in love. We get a little excited.
Yeah, we
but
argue
that's
with
just
each
fact.
other. Shit, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
they-
it's just disagreement, I guess. It's not anything.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. Conversation.
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead,
Take
right.
your piece. I'm glad you logged in.
Yeah.
I honestly felt really bad for the kid. I felt like really horrible for him because
For Kyle?
yes.
Kyle?
Yeah, for
Oh, I
Kyle.
feel bad for him as well.
Hold on, let me turn up my volume a little bit. I'm having a little. Okay, I felt bad for him because like I said, I felt like he was a victim twice. Because you have to understand, he was attacked, and he had no choice but to shoot. Like if you were in that situation, you can't let that guy get close to you. I would not let him get close to me.
And
And
I agree with that. I agree with that part.
Yeah.
But the part that I don't agree with is this. If I'm in my house and I look out my front door and I see a group of people out here fighting, burning shit, it's my job to call the police. That's what I pay taxes for. I'm not going to run upstairs, get my gun, go out here, and then they start kicking my ass.
Right.
And then I'm getting my ass kicked and I start shooting them. And then say, oh shit, they fucking me up. Now it's self-defense. So whenever you take a class on guns, on carrying a gun, first thing they tell you is that your life has to be in danger. At no point with a skateboard was his life in danger.
Well, they was jumping them.
That wasn't when your life in danger. Yeah, what he should have done was
look at him with
retract
the gun and
it.
start fucking with him.
Yes, I would have. Listen, you're not gonna walk around here with an AR, and I don't know who you are. You don't have on a police uniform. You actually look like a threat at this point. You have a big ass gun, and you're not in a uniform.
Yeah,
and
like
the police aren't stopping you either. So I
see
would
where
have
you're
been
coming
confused
from.
too.
I can see where you're coming from because
he crossed the state line. That wasn't
yes. What a automatic weapon. He knew
was
what he was
underage. He should not even had the gun.
Right.
There's a lot of wrong here. And
right.
what my problem it is we're promoting him now. So now we're going to have idiots doing same bullshit,
the same shit, and get away with it,
and call it
vigilante.
Like,
call it vigilante. Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up the picture. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And you have to keep in mind there's two issues. There's basically the legal issue and the moral issue. And if you're saying, because legally he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, under the law, he had a right to be there.
Well, what he did wrong was the things that he did wrong, they just threw out, so they
Yeah.
didn't catch him for that.
Yeah, because
So that's when the system is on your side, and that's the problem that most black people are having. They ain't gonna take my black ass and put me in the court and throw out a gun charge. They gonna try to get everything they can to get me, but they liked what he's doing, so they felt as if we can dismiss these charges, we can get him off. So they dismissed the certain charges that they knew he was guilty for, so the jury wouldn't find him guilty.
well,
That's a systematic problem. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say they had to dismiss that gun charge because by Wisconsin law, he was legal to carry it.
He wasn't old enough, and he didn't sign the paperwork. The paperwork was inaccurate. That was his granddad's gun.
Well, it was his friend bought the gun, but he
but that's not how it works. So I just bought a gun from my friend.
Quincy, let the man talk.
It has stay upstairs until we change over the paperwork. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
But you're actually allowed to open carry in Wisconsin. I think at the age of 16. You know, I think you're supposed to have adult supervision, and I think what he was arguing was that the militia group or whatever, those guys were adults, so that counts as adult supervision. And so,
Come on, now. You know that can't be his adult supervision.
No, I mean,
that's what they was arguing.
You see this? You see this? Do you see this? I want you to get a good picture of this.
I can't see it.
You see it now?
There's a little glare.
Yeah, there's a glare on it. I can kind of see it.
Okay. So what you have here is a young man with an AR around his neck.
Is that Young Dolph?
No. Walking through the mall in Atlanta. What happens is when you promote things like what they're promoting, saying that this man was correct, you're going to cause more and more people to do that. This guy right here is definitely not going to be able to walk down the streets in a protest with his gun around his neck. The cops will kill him. He's black. But regardless of that, I don't want to see that in the mall. Like I'm in here with small kids.
Are you against open carry in general?
I got 5 guns.
Okay.
I carry my gun everywhere I go.
Yep, me too.
Pop your ass if I feel like I need to. So
yeah.
I'm definitely not against guns. What I am against is crazy motherfuckers getting guns. And what we should know is this motherfucker is crazy. Anybody that he was attacked because they thought he was an active shooter. Ding, 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 hit the button on that. Anybody.
But who's walking into an active shooting though? Like me as a regular civilian, and I'm not.
They felt like they were gonna take him down as a group.
But me as a reasonable adult, I feel I'm reasonable. So me as a reasonable person would see an AR-15 hanging on someone's neck. I'm not walking towards him or asking him any questions. I'm not going to provoke him. I'm not going to say anything to him because already my life is in jeopardy. Even if he started shooting in this crowd, I could be shot. So the moment I see some shit like that, I'm going to go the other way. You know,
let's not give the crowd credit. They was crazy too.
Right.
Motherfuckers was out there burning shit. Like they were not.
Like who's going to really argue with somebody they thought was an active shooter?
Yeah. So my thing is, I think they felt like they were just going to take him down because
they was whooping his ass. They was taking him down.
Where the fuck was police officers? Why is nobody
standing right there?
They were told to stand down.
Yeah. Who told them to stand down?
The mayor. The mayor told them because there was.
So they weren't there to protect and serve.
No, because remember
they gotta stand down. They gotta stand down, but Kyle doesn't.
Well, that's the reason.
Not a cop. That's it. He was
exactly. That's why he should have guilty.
Mm-hmm. Let K Pill talk though. Let him get his thoughts out because I want to see where he's.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a riot the night before where they burned down a bunch of buildings, and Kyle went out there on the second night. And it was on the second night that the cops were told to stand down, and so I think the owners of that car source wanted that militia group there, since the cops weren't going to be there, to protect their business. And Kyle was part of that group. Now I agree that it wasn't smart for him to be there, but still, legally he was allowed to be there. So he went. The first guy attacked, right? The first guy ran at him, and like I said, if that was me, I wouldn't let that guy get close to me. I would probably shoot him too. And then he started running, and then like you said,
Even if he's unarmed,
probably a lot of the crowd, they might have thought he was, huh?
Even if the guy is unarmed, what happened to these?
Yeah, if the guy's look, if the guy gets close to me and beats me up and takes my gun, I'm not risking that. If he gets within a foot of me, I'm shooting.
That's against the law.
Not in Wisconsin. That's what he's trying to tell you. Wisconsin is stand your ground, like Florida.
Even with we stand your ground in Michigan, you can't shoot somebody for punching you. No, that's not part of that law.
Yo, you can. That's what you're missing. Yes, you can. If you feel your life is in danger, your
life is not in danger.
But he didn't have to shoot to kill. But yes, you can. That's the difference. Like, that's why they want these gun laws to be dumbed down, because it's literally anybody can carry a gun, like you just said. And if you feel like you have to protect yourself, you can shoot your gun.
And your life is...
How did Kyle know that the people was armed? I'm not taking up for him, but how do you know this motherfucker didn't beat your ass? And like you said, would have took his gun.
Yeah, and you can't know if the guy's armed or not. There are gunshots going off everywhere. So, and your life is in danger even if the guy's not armed, because, if he beats you up and takes your gun, he could shoot you.
In the state of Wisconsin, stand your ground law protects lethal force only when the person is using it in danger of serious bodily harm, sexual assault, or death. This is not serious bodily harm, sexual assault, or death.
Honey, you can get your ass beat by
but legally, this is only bodily harm when you are a boxer. Your hands are certified.
You don't even have to go to stand your ground. You can just go to the regular self-defense law. He's allowed to use deadly force.
You cannot use. Okay, you're gonna have to tell me where you can use deadly force for punching or slapping.
Yeah. I'll put it. I'll put a link to it in the chat, because I actually.
But make sure it's a credible one, not some shit off of a Trump site.
No, it's the actual Wisconsin law. I'll give it to you.
So
I need to see that.
But I wanted to say you had a good point about the active shooter thing, because I think probably some people did think that. But it doesn't matter, because when they're attacking him, it doesn't matter from Kyle's perspective. It doesn't matter why they're attacking him. He's being hit with a skateboard. He's being kicked in the head. He's just trying to survive, right? Now, if they ended up killing him, let's say gross.
And he should have.
Okay, let's just say that happened, and charges were brought against them. They could claim for their defense that he was an active shooter, and they were trying to disarm him. That's where that would come in relevant. But just because they thought he was an active shooter and we're trying to stop him, and he ended up using deadly force to defend himself, doesn't automatically make him guilty. And if I was in that situation, again, I would do the same thing. If a guy hits
so let's go back to the day before, when he said that he wanted to actively shoot the people that were rioting at CVS on his Facebook.
That was a couple weeks before.
Okay, a couple weeks, month, year. I give less a damn. He said it. So that's premeditated.
No, that was a joke.
That's a joke. All right,
so let me
just eat my eyes. So it's a joke, him saying that he's gonna kill somebody. That's a threat.
Yeah, people.
Quincy, calm down.
No,
Raquel,
that's not a joke.
Okay, let her talk too. What you was gonna say, Raquel?
So I do think that responsibly, taking a step back, right? Taking a breather. I think we do have to realize, and Kate Hill, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you were coming in trying to say is the difference between how we feel about something, to our emotional response to what is going on, versus what's the law.
Right.
Yes.
Often they do say things like in the AhmaudArbery case, where they're talking about their toenails and stuff like that. That strikes a nerve, that strikes an emotion with you. And sometimes I don't know how that works okay for them and it doesn't work for us. But we do have to often look at things from a lawful point, because emotionally you'll be fucked up every time.
Yeah.
It's
Because
easy.
it's messed up. It is a messed up situation. People die. You know, somebody was critically injured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we got rid of the law. We got rid of the lawful thing, so we could not find him guilty. Y'all are forgetting that part.
No, I'm not forgetting that. I've been said that he shouldn't have went or have the gun. You went across state lines and you were against the curfew. I've been said that. We said that in the beginning before KPO got on
That's
here.
why. That's why they got rid of the gun charges immediately. That's why the judge kept saying, "Oh, this could be a trial. This could be a mistrial." That's why they allowed him to pick certain jurors and all that bullshit.
I wanted a mistrial because I thought it was an unfair trial. I see. This is what I don't really get. I don't understand why people are mad at this kid.
Okay.
I mean, I understand you don't think he should have been there, and it was a bad decision to be there. But then once he's there and everything pops off, I just don't see how you fault the kid. You know, I like.
Do you think that it was a bad decision for him to be there?
I think it wasn't smart. I think it was unwise. But
But
Especially
was it a
with
bad decision?
I don't think it was a morally bad decision. I just think it wasn't smart because it wasn't safe.
Did he make it more safe or less safe?
I don't know. Well, I guess he made it less safe because of what
Okay.
happened. But it's like, did he go there to hurt people? I just don't see that. You know, he was there early in the day before any of the rioting started happening. The rioting doesn't usually happen till night, and he's there cleaning up. You know, there was a riot the night before, so he was helping with cleanup with that. And then once the rioting started and people started getting hurt, he was offering medical assistance. The guy Rosenbaum obviously had mental issues and started chasing him, and it's only then when he started shooting people. And I mean, if he was there, if he went there to kill people, this is what I would expect to see. I would expect to see him going up, arguing with people, starting trouble, pointing his gun, maybe trying to get people riled up. We didn't see any of that.
Okay, so where I'm from, that's called the overlay for the underplay.
You know,
Go ahead. Racqi?
I think that everybody is entitled to their opinion. I think I agree with everybody to an extent in this discussion. I also do think that so much. I also think it's so much that goes on that we see that sometimes the lines do become blurred. I think that we also have to acknowledge as Black people, when we look at cases, can we acknowledge the fact that we're always putting ourselves in that case? We see ourselves as the person, as the victim. So
Right.
then the line begins to become blurred. So we have to make a conscious decision at some point. And we have to realize that we have to be here for ourselves. No one is going to save us. So if we are traumatized, and rightfully so, right? As melanated people, we have every right to feel this way. And it's various reasons as of why. But I think now we are doing ourselves a disservice by not doing something about how severely traumatized we are. If it's nothing but we need to figure out who we're going to figure out these lawyers. I mean, Johnny Cochran is gone. He's a hell of a one, okay? He got to stay off, okay?
JC.
On a motherfucking glove, okay?
Right.
So we need to find our Johnny Cochran today.
And it can't be Ben Crump. He cannot represent everybody. Shit. Ooh.
We do. It's just stuff like that. We have to find proper representation, and I know it's hard, but we're going to have to begin to move diligently on our own behalves because we're always going to be outraged.
Right.
This is why I said Kay Peel has an excellent point of view, and so does I Am King Petty. His name.
Yeah, because I mean, what Quincy was saying is right. At the very end of the day, you got this gun, you're wearing this gun. It's almost like, even from his old, Facebook posts and everything, even though, KPO, you say he's playing, how do we know that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even after that, he had that t-shirt on. Like, he been trolling the media anyway. It's almost like a slap in the face when you look at it from our standpoint. Like she said, it's not that we as Black people want to be so emotional, but we're dying by the hands of the police for toy guns and no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you think about it, they were in Wisconsin protesting police injustice. Black guy just got shot by the police. Like,
I
In
don't
his
know.
back 7
no,
times.
I'm just saying it's
But
hard
I
to
don't.
not be emotional, not to blame Kyle or say they're bending the law for Kyle, because the law being the law worked out in his favor, and that's why he's free. But it's hard to see, because me as an adult, if I would have crossed state lines with a gun and shot and did all of that, it would have been different for me.
Yes, you
It's
would be in
hard,
jail.
and that's where it's hard to, not see the blurred lines, because you can't sit here and say it wouldn't have been different for me, because we see it every day. So it's kind of difficult as a person, especially a Black person, just to see how good the law works for who it needs to work for and when it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because it's not always just, and that's just the thing. Your point is very valid, but I believe his emotion in all of this comes from the long history that we as Black people go through, and just to watch him get a slap on the wrist for his own mistake, because you just said it wasn't morally right. So it's like, we know what he was doing really wasn't right. It really wasn't smart. Yeah, he had to protect himself, but had you not been there like that, it wouldn't have been like that. Who's to say? Maybe he shouldn't have had his AR-15 hanging around his neck like a necklace. Maybe he should have had it off to the side just in case, okay, something might pop off. So I'm going to have my gun just in case. But maybe he posed a threat to the crowd. Who knows? All of that was crazy. But we have to sit back and watch this man get a slap on the wrist, and then watch everybody around him want him to be an intern and all of this. When in Michigan, just to not change the subject, but take a step back, you got a Black congressperson who don't want to stop drinking, fucking with his tether, and they throwing a book at him. So it's just,
I
don't know.
understand. Yeah, I mean,
Justice is
I
not
don't
blind.
agree with unequal. Yeah, I agree with you that the treatment should be equal across the board. And if you're upset that he's getting better treatment because of his skin color, that's one thing. But it's like, it still doesn't take away from the fact that what happened to him was wrong. I thought, like them bringing charges. The kid just survived a mob attack. This is just the way I see it. He just survived. He just barely survived a lynch mob, basically, because it seemed like those guys were out to kill him. He managed to get by. He has to kill 2 people to do it, and so now he's got PTSD and all that. And now on top of that, the state's going to come after him, even though it's so crystal clear from the video that he's being chased and attacked in every instance. It just seemed like such a massive injustice. So that's the way I saw it.
Okay, so this is what I'm hearing, right? This is what I'm hearing. The woman goes in the alley with a bra and a G-string on, right? And she's raped. Okay. You've got people that are going to argue you shouldn't have been out there with a G-string, okay, and a bra. You weren't covered up. You provoked that. There's going to be people that argue, regardless to what she had on,
That it was her fault.
The right to rape her.
Mhm.
This is
Right.
the argument that we're doing right here. You see
Right.
how it correlates?
Yeah,
That's
we
the
dancing.
that's the
We doing
perfect
a tango.
analogy because I see Kyle as the woman with the G-string or whatever, right?
Clearly.
He had the right to be there, but it wasn't smart because something like this could pop off.
Not in that setting, right? Mm-hmm.
Do you think he learned anything from this?
That's
Would he do this again?
No, not the way he was all parading on TV. I don't think.
I get.
KP,
I agree with you guys there. I don't think he'll do it again, but
definitely will. He got off. They gave him the key. They gave him 100% access to say you were correct. The next time it happens, you can go back out.
I think he might be more aware though if he did it again. I don't think he just gonna come right out and do it the same way. I don't think he'll be in the crowd again for sure with a gun.
He'll do the same thing again.
You could be right, Quincy, but now I'm gonna equate that to the Me Too. Okay. Motherfuckers started talking about I was this, I was that. It became a very slippery slope because they seen somebody get away with it. Now they're blowing it out of proportion. It's the same thing. It's good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good with the bad. And if he goes out, here's the fact. If he goes out again and does it again, then we know what's up. Right now, I think again, I see your point. I agree with both of you, right? But the truth is, from K Pills, what he's articulating, he is the woman in the G
with the G-string,
in the alley that got raped.
Definitely, yes.
And you got two different sides arguing here. You shouldn't have had that on. You invited that energy.
Right.
By what you had on, they had no right to attack
to rape you. Right.
Nobody knows. He could be a young kid. He's got this gun. He's excited. He's feeling emboldened. Then he's out here. He might
with this militia group. You know what I'm saying? Like he out
but
here
the difference,
like
the difference in the G-string and Kyle is she's not breaking the law. He is.
Prostitution is not legal though.
Who says was prostituting?
She said it in the beginning. She says the prostitute.
I didn't know she was prostituting.
Yeah.
I thought she was just a G-string being a hoe.
Okay, well, what if she's completely naked? You can't do that. That's breaking the law.
That's breaking the law, but that's not the analogy. The analogy is he has on the G-string.
Well, I'm just changing it so that it's.
Oh yeah, well if she's naked, she's breaking the law. She shouldn't have rats out there.
But he wasn't breaking the law with the gun on his neck if it's legal in Wisconsin.
Oh. Yes, he was because he wasn't old enough, and the curfew was still in effect.
He just said you have to be 16 in Wisconsin, so you're not breaking the law with the
gun. I have to check that, but I know for sure that there was a law that he's breaking because that's why they put charges on him on weapon charge. That's why the judge got rid of it because he knew that the jury had a chance of finding him guilty on that. That's why he dismissed it. The prosecutor would have never brought a charge on and got it accepted if it wasn't a true charge.
Can I just say one thing about this judge?
Go ahead.
Sure.
About the judge because he was a bitch.
A lot of people say he was biased, but he did not want to make any decisions because he had grounds for a mistrial with prejudice just from all the things that the prosecutor did.
He wasn't biased,
and he still let it go to the jury. Biased? You know. Say again.
Well, he knew if he went to the jury and he was found guilty that it would still be a mistrial. They could still get mistrial.
I think he would have.
He knew that
mistrial then.
Yeah, definitely. The judge was definitely biased. You don't get that close with defendant and you're the judge. It was a little too touchy.
He was a true bitch.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
The judge, he was just like, don't call the victims, call them thugs, call them looters. Like, I mean, let's call them victims, you know.
Wait, isn't that standard?
No, they're called victims, but he didn't want them to be called victims. He wanted them to be called thugs.
They were victims.
Isn't that what the trial is to determine if they're victims or if Well, I see what you're
I
saying.
mean, you become a victim when you die. I
Okay.
kill you,
Yeah.
you're my victim.
You can't call Kyle a
So,
murderer because he's
right,
not
not to you.
officially a
I wouldn't
murderer.
say call him right because it's
Yeah.
allegedly, but
Yes.
you can call these people victims. You
Because
can't
they're a
call these
victim.
people thugs and looters, especially after the insurrection at the Capitol. If we can't call those people at the Capitol thugs, why are we calling these people thugs? Like, where is the silver lining here? That judge was a bitch, really,
Now,
and it
I
worked in his favor.
I
It
didn't
did.
Mm-hmm.
hear anyone call the. I mean, I heard them talk about rioters, but I didn't hear anyone say that any of the three victims were rioters or looters.
Well, that's what the judge told them, though. The judge said when the trial started, I don't
Mhm.
want these people to be referred to as victims in my courtroom. They are to
Mm-hmm.
be referred to as thugs and looters, rioters.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted them to be referred to in a negative light to already probably maybe taint the jury. Who
Taint
knows?
the jury.
You know,
Yes,
I
correct.
who knows really, but at the end of the day, these are victims. You know what I'm saying? So it already started, kind of crazy for everybody because that's every case. So it's every time somebody get killed. What if I was now the prostitute out here and I was raped? Do I not be called a victim in the courtroom and I to be referred to as the prostitute? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
it's a fine line between respect here. These people lost their
Mm-hmm.
lives, and these people's families still have to watch these trials go through, regardless if this person gets off or not. You take a step back to what happened with AhmaudArbery. Why is the prosecution talking about dirty long toenails for a man who was chased down and shot?
Yeah.
Stuff makes no sense. So
They're
it's
very
just the world that we live in. It's just tragic. That judge was a bitch,
Well,
really, from
it's
the
funny because
beginning.
I didn't like the judge either, but for different
Yeah.
reasons. I thought he was going too easy on the prosecution, but see, maybe we're all biased, you know. I
Mhm.
It's
Definitely.
like our own bias
Right. Mm-hmm.
kind of getting in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't think I got an I don't think I understand though. Are you guys all um are you all mad about the verdict because for the same reason? Is it because
Oh,
Whoa,
honey,
whoa,
I'm
whoa,
not
whoa, whoa.
mad. I
I'm not
wasn't
or
mad.
shocked.
disagree with the verdict?
No, I don't disagree with the verdict and the fact of the law. I disagree with the fact that what he would have been charged with, they threw it out. Like they basically handed a
Where
case for
I
him
need my sound effects machine, goddamn
to
it.
not
Hold on.
be charged because at the end of the day, it was still a curfew. So what happened to that law? You know what I'm saying? Like there were people arrested in protest around the world, around the U.S. It was curfews out because of all of this stuff that was going on with the injustice anyway, and they were being fined. So where was his fines for even breaking the curfew? Where was his gun charge? Because here in Michigan, he would have easily got 2 years for the gun. So it's
Quickly.
like these charges that they threw out, it made it easier for him to get off. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it was the whole self-defense thing or whatever, but there was still laws that he broke. Crossing state lines with a gun. No, even though Michigan is open carry and I have a CCW or
okay.
whatever, I can't go to Ohio with my gun on my hip and you can see it. Or I can't conceal my weapon under my shirt in Ohio because I have a CCW. That's still breaking their gun laws. So you still cross state lines, different gun laws, regardless of whatever. It's just still a catch 22. And like I said, we watch people deal with a difference in it. I worked in the news.
Mhm.
Like literally, I wrote stories, this was my job. So I've seen and had to report the difference in injustice for people. So it's just you see people how they're treated based on race at a time when race is already a slippery slope. I mean, look at it like this too, KPO. Maybe Breonna Taylor or George Floyd. I don't know what was the case that made Black Lives Matter so popular
Trayvon
or
Martin.
whatever. Probably, it might have came a little
I
bit
think it
after
was George
Trayvon Martin though,
Floyd.
because it
It was
was
George
already some
Floyd.
shit. But it was a couple years ago, maybe last year or a little bit before, when all of these companies start coming out standing in solidarity with Black people, like these big corporations started treating Black people like we knew. I'm in my 30s and I felt like we was just coming out. Like, what the
We
fuck?
were just getting
So
some
it's
spark.
like, and it's kind of a mockery, you know what I'm saying, as a Black person who lives in America, because we've been here. You know what I'm saying? And then it's fake respect, or it's like this fake talk. Oh, we're gonna donate to Black Lives Matter, but truthfully, Black Lives Matter, I have not heard one inner city neighborhood that said the Black Lives Matter organization came in to do nothing for their community. So I mean, it's all a mockery.
Yeah, let me say this. So with that is this. Let's remember the hit that NFL took when Colin Kaepernick took a knee and Black people stopped watching the NFL. Immediately, their numbers dropped. We are, and as a Black community, we are the spenders of our country. We are the consumer power that we hold is drastic, and they know that. So immediately they're, oh, here's $100,000. Oh, here's $1 million.
Right.
At that moment.
But who is that going to? Is the point I'm making. That $100,000 from the corporation.
Not us, but
exactly,
no,
it's a mockery.
I'm not saying that we were getting anything out of it. But what I'm saying is, it was that moment that that everybody said, oh, we better jump on bandwagon. That's all it was. It was a jump on bandwagon. What are they doing now? Nothing. What have they done for Detroit Public Schools? Absolutely nothing. What have they done for urban programs?
Tampa. What is they doing in Tampa?
Nothing. But I got a question for you, K. Peel. I have a great question that I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Just in general, what were your thoughts on the George Floyd trial?
Okay.
Oh, he was ready.
You know, Chauvin was obviously guilty, but
he said he thought he was obviously guilty.
Yeah. I thought he was guilty, but I thought there's no way this guy's getting a fair trial. And I felt the same way about Rittenhouse too. I thought, like, okay, the incident went so viral that you know, everyone knew about it, everyone was talking about it. They brought charges against him faster than they brought charges against. I mean, usually there's like at least a couple days of investigation or whatever. They brought him up on charges immediately. And then there's no way they're going to find a jury that doesn't know about the details of the case. So, and, you know, I can't say I feel bad for him. I think he deserved whatever he got, life in prison or whatever. But because that case went so viral, and same thing with Kyle Rittenhouse, I just, you know, that was my only problem with it. The trial itself, I don't think was fair. I don't think the jury could have voted any other way. So
because of the public scrutiny.
Yes, factually, you are right. You are right.
Yeah.
This is another thing about facts versus emotion.
Right.
Emotionally, who gives a fuck about his fair trial, because he deserved what he got. That was one thing. And to be honest, I still, even with that, this is how bad we are traumatized. I thought
he was getting
a way to get this man off.
Yeah, I thought he was getting off.
Watched him kill this man.
Yeah.
And because in this instance, what you're saying, him not getting a fair trial, is what held him to at least get a sentence. You know, I feel like he could have got 75 years. You know, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like someone should have put a knee on his neck for the same amount of time in the public. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit, my goodness.
I appreciate you coming in tonight and giving this dialogue, because it opens other dialogue. We are so
emotional,
having emotional conversations, and they have their place.
Yeah, I mean, that video
also have to have a logical conversation as well. You know what I'm saying? So a logical and a factual conversation. So I appreciate this dialogue again.
We like you.
Oh, thank you. I like you guys too. That's why I was trying to say in the chat. I'm not trying to
How did you find out about the
disagreeable.
No, that's fine. How'd you find out about the show?
I think this came up in my feed because I don't know, I liked a bunch of other shows or subscribed to some similar content, I think.
Okay.
And I saw
Well,
you
keep
guys
watching
talk.
because we definitely appreciate you. I definitely, well, we all do. We definitely appreciate your opinion, whether we agree or not.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I like disagreement is fine. You guys have your reasons, you know. I just you know,
It would be a boring show if we all felt the same damn way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I mean, just with George Floyd though, I that one was hard for me to watch because I like they eventually released the body cam footage of him getting arrested, and I could see that he was just having a panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he was having a panic attack, and the officers didn't understand, so they took it for him resisting. And like the worst thing you could do when someone is going through that, because I don't know, have you guys ever had a panic attack before?
Yes, and you can't
I
fucking
have all
breathe.
the time.
Yes. And so if someone's on top of you restraining you, it's like the worst thing you could do. It's like the most dangerous, and it's probably one of the worst ways to die, I would think. Like,
You know what about that trial I didn't understand is they both work at a club.
Yeah, they knew each other, right?
Yeah.
But they said they didn't.
He said he didn't. I think he was trying to.
I find
he was
that
trying to
hard
get
to
off.
believe. Yeah, I find that hard
He's
to
trying to
believe
get off,
that
yeah.
there was never
Yeah, he
no
was trying to get off.
interaction. But even the owner said, "Oh, I don't think they ever interacted with each other." I still find that hard to believe by me being security and you being the authority, the police there, and we never have any interaction. I just found it a little different.
If you're able to watch the body cam footage, you'll see George Floyd say, "Ask him, he knows me," and he's pointing to Chauvin.
Right.
So
Even if I saw you on the street by me looking at your face and I'm
Yeah.
a police officer, I would say, "Hey, are you K Peel?" I would because I might not know you, but I recognize your face. So
Right.
it would do something different to you by me saying, "Oh, wait, I've talked to this person before." But if I wanted you to die, or if I wanted to do bodily harm with you, I would do exactly what he did. I would acknowledge it.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
There could have
So
been
I
like
kind
a
of felt
personal.
like it was something there that I'm not really for sure what it was. We probably never will know because it didn't come out in the trial. But I feel like it was something. That was a part that we were missing. There had to be some type of friction between those two, or either he had feelings within that he had never probably expressed, but was able to with that knee. Like,
Or he
there's
was
a lot of
just
people
a
that
plain fucking racist. You know,
could've been.
people really are just racist as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
because to me, I do think they knew each other. Not to say, oh, well, I know you, we cool. We had lunch together in the locker room in the back. But did he know who George Floyd was? Yes. Did George Floyd know who he was? Yes, y'all work together.
Yes.
But you work with racist people all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, I definitely do.
You know, really racist. Who knows? But I don't know if they was friends, you know, had the same inner circle, but I do find it hard to believe that y'all both worked at the same club and y'all.
Yeah,
they
would have seen each other at least.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
because the club can't be that big, y'all.
I wanted to make this point earlier. Bringing up OJ actually was a good example to make this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So OJ got off, and there was a lot of people that were mad. There's a lot of people that are mad at the people that were happy he got off. And I think what people need to understand is
it's the same with Kyle Rittenhouse.
Was happy that OJ got off, not because he was perceived to be guilty and got off for killing a white woman. It was the fact that we had seen a black man in America that killed a white woman, so we believe, right?
Allegedly, right.
Allegedly, and got off. That was monumental. So the emotions behind that, it drove us crazy. Like, we can't, because in Earth as we know it, in this planet as we know it, no black man would have got off, and OJ did.
Because he was rich.
Yeah, see, for me it was
today.
For me, it was the total opposite.
For
me, it was the total opposite. It was the fact that we saw what happened to Rodney King. They got off. We saw what happened to Malice Green. they got off. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh damn, oh the
Yeah.
bus finally got off.
OJ got off.
Hands.
Yeah.
So clap your hands too, goddamn it. They
That's
get
why
off,
I
we
thought
get
black
off.
people was happy
Right.
because it was
And
finally.
we knew, yeah,
Yeah.
and we knew he was. I felt he was guilty.
I mean, but that's still kind of arguing the same thing. This black man got off.
But that was the reason why I felt
But I
that
think
way.
it was his money too. I don't think any regular person would have got off.
Oh, hell
reasonable, because
no.
he had a powerhouse defense team, just like you
Yes.
said. Johnny Cochran, he had the Kardashian man, and that other guy. You paid all this money to basically get off. Like it hadn't been
they
another.
know the judge,
Yeah,
and they know some of the jury. It's a jury of
right.
your peers.
Yeah.
It's not about who you
OJ
know. It's who
had a
I
name.
know. The
He
jury.
was like a savior for America. White and black people liked him. He was
Definitely.
the juice. So
Definitely.
I think that literally now if you look at it today versus then, I don't know if Kyle Rittenhouse, being small as he was, would have got off on that case.
Okay,
regular person. Now today, with the way the racism is going, Kyle's be able to get off. OJ probably wouldn't get off today. Yeah, I don't see OJ getting off today.
I don't either.
Yeah, but also too, I do want to say this: everybody doesn't believe the same. So what I'm saying is something that I believe. It doesn't mean that you're going to believe it and agree. I do believe that people come to this planet for a purpose, and some people come to die. You don't see it that way, but they come to die so that going forward, the world will be a little more aware and be better for it. You know what I'm saying? And consciously, we don't see it like that.
I don't think it was OJ though. I think it was OJ Jr. who killed her for real. But
people were saying that.
I think it was OJ and somebody else.
No, I think it was OJ somebody. Jr.
Damn, do you?
Yeah.
Did OJ Jr. try the glove on?
No, but they should have put the glove on OJ Jr. I think it was OJ Jr.
Listen, that damn glove fit OJ. OJ came in that glove like he stretched his goddamn fit so wide.
He definitely had the web hands trying to put that glove on.
Yeah.
But who knows what really was going on? Real talk, because
she was fucking with somebody else too, wasn't she?
She was, but listen, Khloe Kardashian really is OJ's kid, which they never took a test.
I think so too. You think that Khloe is his daughter, KP?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
No, you know.
Wait, KP. Wait. KP, how old are you? He might not even know about the OJ trial.
I was young. I was real young when the OJ case was happening.
Me too.
So we're gonna need to do your history before next Wednesday and come back to your opinion on this.
Yeah, I gotta go back.
There's a Netflix documentary, a real good one. Cuba Gooding Jr. played. I think it's like
The People versus OJ.
The People versus OJ. Yeah. Go watch that. That's a great show. It'll bring you all up on what's happening. You like to do a lot of research. That's wonderful. Come on back next week and let us know what you're feeling, because I want to know for
definitely.
sure.
Oh, and in the meantime, I wanted to mention there's actually another self-defense case going on with a black girl. Her name's Crystal something. I'll put the name in the chat, but it's same situation as Kyle Rittenhouse, or it sounds the same. She ended up killing her abuser in self-defense. And the same lawyers that represented Kyle are representing her now. So
how's that the same?
It would be interesting to see how that case goes, because we're talking about how different people, the justice system treats people differently. And
you can't put your hands on no one, you should die. So I got no love for that. If she was in her house and he came in and put his hands on her, you meet your maker.
And she's 17. I think she's 17. So same age.
Definitely go meet your maker.
Yeah.
Chitty chitty bang bang. Go meet your maker.
Yeah. I'll find the name and I'll put it in the chat. And
please do. Is it in Tampa?
No, I think it's in Wisconsin.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
Hey, what happened in Wisconsin with that car that drove into a crowd of people and killed all those folks?
The kid just died too. And then did you see
Yeah.
that man tried to knock on somebody's door, go in their house?
Yeah, I
killing
saw that.
homeless?
The ring cam.
That was so crazy. That man, I do not know. He looked crazy.
I think he
I
has
ain't
mental
see that.
issues.
I think he does too.
Oh my last.
What happened with the car thing, y'all?
It's called. Her
but I
name
don't.
is Crystal Kaiser.
Yes, yes.
Crystal Kaiser, a teenager in 2018, shot and killed the man who sexually assaulted and trafficked her.
2018.
Wow. It's just getting wind, huh?
My God.
Crazy.
Wait, he was sex trafficking her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so he probably didn't hit her. She probably just got tired of shit and shot him.
Yeah,
Damn.
maybe, but to me, it's still
So that
self-defense.
I get what you're saying now. How it really so it probably she probably wasn't justified in killing him legally, but morally, yes.
But
Yeah.
it's still crazy that they would bring charges. You know what I mean? Like,
What he's saying is Kyle Rittenhouse got off, but she got charged. And
well,
now they're advocating for her to get out.
yeah,
Oh, so
yeah.
she's found guilty already?
No,
Yeah,
I think the trial's still going on, or just starting.
Listen, the man who she killed was already arrested on child sexual assault charges. She should get off anyway.
We'll see.
I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah, she did go to jail. She was released from jail in June of 2020 because of some protest groups. They paid her bond. She had bond, and she is still awaiting trial. They just got her. She had to go.
Oh,
to
it's
jail,
probably
though.
because of COVID. Probably because of COVID that she didn't. The trial has been prolonged.
They
3 years.
drag out fucking trials. This happened in 2018. Okay.
Yeah, people married unwillingly for a long time because of COVID.
They trying to say that she premeditated that, and that's why it wasn't self-defense.
Man, fuck that shit. Fuck that. You been sex trafficking this girl. Yeah, I've been to shoot your ass.
Okay, thank you, KPO, because
Yeah.
I did not know about this. Now I'm about to be reading deep off into this. See,
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for having me. This was pretty fun.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yep. I'm sorry he kept cutting you off, honey. He was just emotional. Okay?
No, it was good. All right.
He was gonna fight. Thank God we on video, because shit.
No, I would not. I like having intellectual conversation. Let me tell you something about me. If I feel like you're not an intellect, or I feel like you're stupid, I'll be like this. And not say nothing and just and side text them like this.
Not stupid.
But just the interaction. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your thoughts. I agree with a lot of the things that you said.
Yeah, I appreciate your thoughts too. I've been trying to ask people because, like I was telling you, it was just so confusing to me how I just didn't get it. I didn't get why people were disagreeing or angry. So I think I have a little bit better idea now. So
it's the emotion.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Hopefully we'll see you soon, and tell someone else about our show.
Yep, definitely will. All right, thanks guys.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Honey, you was about that man, okay?
That's cool.
This is what I was saying. So with them Kardashians, stranger things have happened. Okay. So we suspect things that we thought about may have pushed to the back of our minds and say, no, that's a bit crazy. But you got people out here calling them like these
witches.
Yeah. I'm trying to be careful with what I say, because
let's go down list. Let's go down list.
No, some claim that they channel was take it down because they said something against them. I don't know. Ain't no telling.
Oh.
So at any rate, so here it is. We have allegedly and possibly Chris could have been messing around with OJ. Now, we know, not to be mean, but we know there are tendencies that blacks have and there are tendencies that whites have. Okay, we can say that. Some people call them stereotypes, but they ain't far off. Okay. They will take insurance policy out on their loved ones and kill them. Okay.
We
could be. So what I'm getting to is her and Chris being friends doesn't have to necessarily mean anything. We don't know what happened that night.
We don't.
What we do know, the thing that made me raise an eyebrow to OJ was that special he did, and when he said that he went to Nicole's grave and was yelling at her, like angry with her, and that I couldn't understand.
For dying.
Yeah, for dying.
What I
Like it
trying
was
to
her
say?
fault.
If you die, bitch, I kill you.
Down me, anime, I'm gonna kill you. Don't down me, anime.
So that was very toxic. But even after having this conversation today, I can say this as well. Just because emotionally, right, that seems like some BS, it does not have to count for fact that he took that woman's life. Because at
No,
the
he
end
could
of the
just
day,
be crazy.
right, he could be crazy, and we don't know. And people grieve and do crazy things when they're grieving.
I don't think
Whitney,
he
what's
did it
that?
though.
What is that? Where the football? CT.
Oh yeah,
head.
CTE. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, we know he had CTE.
I mean, because they ran Aaron Hernandez through the ground, and he had CTE. You know what I'm saying? They ripped
Yeah,
that.
but you know
Did
you
y'all-
don't see that until you die.
Damn.
They can't test
Did y'all watch
people
his
with-
Netflix special?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. That's why I just said they ripped him.
I don't think he killed himself either. I think they killed him.
I
Yes.
wouldn't doubt it.
Well,
Because
well,
he was fighting. He was fighting the trial.
he
I don't
was,
think
but
he,
I
and
think
then
I
it
think
was
he
that
also
whole
thought that
they
if
didn't
he
want to
died, he
give
was
him
get that money.
No, but it wasn't the end there. He couldn't die. He had to because you know at the end of the day with him still being in trial, she wasn't getting shit.
Right, but see,
he was still
on that
technically
Netflix
found
special,
guilty.
in the Netflix special, they said that if you died in the midst of your trial, you're considered not guilty. They went back and changed the law to make sure that he could be found guilty, which protected New England from giving that money. But even if they hadn't changed the law, the Patriots was gonna fight that to the bitter end.
Anyway, because I don't then they
Yeah,
because they
wasn't
was
coming
talking about
out
they
their
was
pockets.
putting him off the team or some shit.
Yeah.
She wasn't
I wonder
getting
who-
anything.
And
I don't think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself in jail.
I don't either.
I think they definitely killed Jeffrey Epstein because he was gonna come after Trump and the Prince. Yeah. I
think
you know, and I'm not wishing death on anybody, but don't be surprised if something happened to that girl Ghislaine, the Maxwell
Who's
lady,
that?
his right hand woman, Jeffrey Epstein, because they saying the girls are saying that she was the one who was lowering them to Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew and Trump and all
I was
them.
surprised.
Maybe and maybe not though, because it's a such thing as the block is hot, and if people already suspect they did that, and then she come up like that, then now everybody's like, fool me.
Somebody's killing these motherfuckers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one thing. They have to choose a lot wisely when they pull these stunts. But see, this is my thing, and this is why sometimes it's so hard to get emotionally invested in these things because of the simple fact that there is so much stuff that goes on that we're not aware of and we're not privy to, and everything is not what it seems. You know, and these people be wrapped up and tied up in all type of craziness. And you're in the thick of it, acting like you know exactly what the hell is going on, and you do not.
No. And you can't depend on the news because half of it is biased.
Yeah, it's biased. They be making up shit. I know. I was a news story myself. They they pick and choose what they want to
what
put
they want to say, right?
Yeah. So but
They
again,
have to
this is why I
control the
call it a
narrative.
propaganda machine. And they do. And the thing is, the wrong person was saying fake news, which was Donald Trump. People didn't take him seriously, but he was very valid in what he was saying. It's a lot of fake news out here, and people get emotionally tied, invested into this shit, like they know what's going on. So even when I'm talking here on this platform, I'm talking based on the things that I am privy to. But I cannot indefinitely say that they are factual because that's only what I'm privy to. Wasn't there. I didn't witness it, and I do not know.
And to be honest, I don't even give a fuck. I'm literally in a realm, and I don't even want to sound selfish or tone deaf or cut off or closed or whatever the fuck else terms people use. But I literally today live by if it don't apply, let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this goes back to all the way in the beginning when Quincy was even talking about peace. Like, it's been so many wrongful deaths at the hands of the police, and all of this, like it literally did not shock me that Kyle Rittenhouse even got off. And I'm
No,
not
it
going to
didn't.
allow myself to get riled up and so upset and all of this. And I'm just not, because it doesn't shock me. You know
No,
what I'm
we're
saying?
used to
I'm really to the point where I'm almost like numb to it.
numb
So
to
I'm not
bullshit.
even, it's fucked up, but I can't allow myself to put myself in a situation. The only thing I can do, Whitney Tinsley, is go out my house, pray every day that I'm safe, my kids are safe, my loved ones are safe, and that's just that. Quincy, you will see the more you get to know me and all of that. Every time somebody leaves me my presence or anything like that, the first thing I say to everybody is be careful. You got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because now people, they see that and it's like, okay, well, me and my friends, we say it to each other. And it's not me telling you to be careful as if I think something's going to happen to you, but just in case, look out, look over your shoulder. And that's just where I'm at with it. Like I can't have emotions for Kyle Rittenhouse, his victims and all of this. I can't have emotions for the next person that come up. I can't have, because I would be depressed. If I allow all of this shit to really affect me, I would be depressed.
That's a fact.
So I'm like,
I mean,
I
I'm
learned
literally
to
just,
because of that
I'm
same
dealing with my
situation. I
own
learned to.
injustice. My brother is in jail right now, brought up on some fucked up charges. And he's been in jail. They won't even give him a trial or tell him shit. Every time he go to court, it's continued. So I do see where the prosecution can bring charges up against somebody that's not fact and they not doing shit about it. And this is a black man just sitting in jail on some bullshit. So it's like I live regular life. I can't worry about the next motherfucker who's not gonna do anything for me. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. But you become desensitized. Once you see so much, you just become desensitized, and to some degree,
Yeah.
it's part of the plan, man. I mean, because the more numb we get, the less we're gonna act, and it's sad. But back to the peace thing. You have to create your own peace. It goes to the same, be of the world and not in the world. When you're in the world, you cannot have any peace.
Right.
Be in the world and not of the world. When you're of the world, you cannot have any peace. You have to learn to live in the world and still cultivate your own peace. Because if not, because at the end of the day, we have to accept that there will never be a perfect world because it has to be balanced. And it will be imbalanced if everything was perfect. So there's going to be tragedies. There's going to be hard times. There's going to be obstacles and everything else that comes with being a human and living on planet Earth. So we've got to accept that. We have to make sure that we are equipping ourselves and our children with the tools that they need to stay as safe as possible. Cover them in prayer and keep it moving. And the other alternative is jump in and become active. Be the change that you want to see. Maybe you want to be on city council. Maybe you want to be on the school board. Hell, maybe you just want to be the person that holds the red sign and let the kids cross to school safely.
Oh my God.
You got a safety guard, whatever they're called. But
Crossing guard.
Yeah, crossing guard. Thank you. You've got to do something. But to sit here and be outraged every day and fill your body with unnecessary cortisol and stress and stroke out, and you wasn't about to do a damn thing.
Okay, nothing, not nothing.
Yeah,
not nothing.
What is it all for? So, we have to be cognizant of that. So I think we've harped on that shit long enough. Moving forward, so
That took the whole show.
Danny Lee, the baby's baby mother. So she was giving out. Danny Lee, we talked about something like that.
The
Danny
baby
That's
mama.
the baby mama. Oh, okay. Shout out to KP though.
Yes, K Pill, what's up? She it was giving out
gift
cards to women in need. So is this genuine? Is it riding the wave? Like,
has she ever done it before?
I don't know. I don't know who she is.
Riding the wave.
I think this is something that she's doing to deflect from what happened last week.
Controlling the narrative.
I'd rather you talk positive about me, especially seeing as though everybody believes she went back to him anyway. So you did all of that. Your people wanted to come and save you from this situation. You leave, and then the next day y'all posted up in matching hats. And now 2 or 3 days later, you're passing out gift cards to single mothers and blah blah blah. I think that she's doing this to change what people were saying about her and all of that, like to give her better press, I guess.
Agreed.
Okay, and
I wish I would have seen that shit in the beginning because I definitely would have reached out for a gift card.
So two more things before we
Sweetie
go.
Sweetie was nominated for a Grammy.
Who was that?
Congratulations, sweetie.
She did. Who was that?
Who was that?
Remember we was talking about Sweetie. That was Quavo's girl.
The one who used to go with Quavo?
Yeah.
What was she nominated for a Grammy for?
Whatever she. No.
It definitely was not her music, honey.
It's yes, Whitney, her or something musically.
Okay, at this point, if she win the Grammy, I'm definitely believing in the Illuminati. Because who's listening to?
Straight come up on the breakup. I just wanted to put that in there because we talked about that previously.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pay. It's just, this industry is weird. So 2 Chainz calls out people that use external forces as an excuse to not progress. It's the white man. I grew up, my parents didn't teach me this. Different.
Oh, right.
With the, you know what I'm talking about, if you're really thinking about it. How much do y'all think people are making excuses, or do they have valid points, or?
No, you're making a fucking excuse. And I'm sick of these motherfuckers out here who do that, especially once you well into your 30s and you have kids. I would look like a damn fool to stand up here and blame my mother for something going on with me today, and I'm a mother. So it's okay. I'm going to act out. I'm going to act a motherfucking fool because my mama didn't give me enough hugs when I was younger. And what am I teaching my daughter? Like, and this is probably the good point of therapy or having good friends in your life who going to keep it real with you and talk to you and shit like that. But why are we blaming, especially in the world, why are we blaming racism and other shit? Oh, well, white people this and like, live your fucking life and do what fits you. Like, it's nobody's fault why you poor or why you a bum or any fucking thing. Like, that is so weird. I think I hate that shit. I definitely hate to see people blame their parents. No adult should be blaming your parent, whether your parent was there or not, or all of that. You learn from that shit. You grow the fuck up. My mama was on drugs when I was growing up. My mama was never there. She was in and out of jail. When she did come around, she tried to live through me. It was so much wrong with that relationship that I knew I couldn't be like that for my kid. I would be a damn fool today to blame anything that I go through on my mother. Like, when am I gonna grow up? Like, when does it now become me? Like, maybe I'm just in my own fucking way because I'd rather point the finger at the next person. No, like, what are we doing here?
Well, I can tell you firsthand that
I'm in agreement.
Racism still plays a part in the success of certain individuals. I can tell you firsthand because I deal with it every day at my job. Me and Byron, we applied for a job at a higher job at our job, and we are definitely qualified. But I believe because of who we are, we were overlooked. We weren't even given the opportunity to have an interview. And the job that was open was given to a young white guy who is 20, who has never worked in the automotive industry, who doesn't have any college education or experience. That to me is just a red flag.
But is that gonna make you quit your job and be on drugs?
No, let me finish.
Become a loser.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it still plays a part in the success of who I could be or who I am. it's gonna just fuel me, but it doesn't fuel everybody. Some people aren't mentally strong like you and I are on this subject. That could basically tear some folks down. Like, am I good enough? Why do I have to deal with the racism? Why this? Why that?
I mean, I have 2
Everybody's
master's degrees and can't get a job. Like,
yeah,
I
everybody's not,
literally understand the struggle, but that's not going to make me go out here and smoke crack or do whatever and then blame the worries of the world because I can't
right.
do this or it's
But you
not my
have to
mother's
remember,
fault.
Whitney, that's your mental stableness. You're stable in that area. You're tough in that area. Everybody's not like that. And so equally, we should be all given the same opportunity. We should be given the same opportunity. And when we're not, some people don't respond to that like you and I would. For
But when
me,
are we is the question.
huh?
Like, Black people aren't given the same response. I mean, the
No,
same
we're
shit on
not.
no
We're
level.
probably never. We
Yeah.
probably never will be. But does it hold some of us back? Yes. And
I
I'll say
get that it's
this.
holding us back, but the point is you shouldn't be blaming society on your failures or on that stuff. Like people literally will be rejected, become fucking alcoholic, and then blame their mama.
I mean, yeah, Two Chain says that's an excuse. I will say that sometimes we do harp on things, and it is difficult, but we also have to remember that it is the strong that survive. So, I
Right.
mean, if you don't have good coping skills, that's understandable. It's some people have, unfortunately, so it's some people that have very terrible immune systems and they pass away, or they have
Mhm.
an autoimmune disease and they pass away. It's very unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? However, the facts are the facts. So, it's so many ways to look at things. It's in certain ways people aren't willing to look at or consider because people feel that life should be fair. This is not a pop up. This is not a part. You don't get a participation trophy, so to speak, when it comes to stuff like this. Well, you showed up, so we're going to give you a trophy. No, you have to earn that fucking trophy, and if you don't get one. You can sit on the sidelines and watch other people get them. So,
I would have been a lot further if my mama would have just told me she loved me every day. Like, do you love you?
yeah.
Like, as an adult, why are we blaming our parents? Like, that's really
Well,
what I
I'll give you a
think.
prime. I'll
Like,
give you a prime example.
I don't
I'll give you a
know.
prime example. Growing up, I don't think my parents taught me about credit. They just didn't. That's was one of the things we missed. We learned a lot. I think I had wonderful, great parents, especially my mother. Great, but we didn't learn about credit. So what did I do as an adult? I fucked my credit up as soon as I could. Never thought about it. Later on in life, my mom was like, "Oh, my credit is a 795. What motherfucker, mine is a 495. Why you never told me about any of this thing?" So I had to then go back and put things back in place to get my credit on track. However, had they taught us that at an early age, like I'm teaching mine, things would have been a little different. Now, for me, that
Things
goes
would have
that
been different, but is that your mother's fault that you messed
yes,
up your credit?
yes, because it was taught. Not as a fault as in, oh, you fucked my life up, but that's something that I feel like we should have been taught. Even not coming out of
But
high school.
credit is something that should be taught in school. Like, why are we learning trigonometry and not credit?
Well,
What
yeah,
are
it
you
should be.
doing
It
with
should be. It
trigonometry?
should be. Right. It definitely should be. I'm in total agreement.
And I learned credit in
That should
school,
be
to be honest.
that should be an
So,
elect. And I went to
yeah.
DPS. It wasn't taught.
Yeah, I went
We
to
just barely
DEA.
had gym. Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We just
I
barely
went to
had
charter
gym by the
school.
time
Yeah,
I was
so
leaving. So,
yeah.
but yeah, but I don't blame. I don't even bring that up to my mama because she'd be like, "Why? Yeah, I guess I would have had motherfucking parents." No, that's not what I'm saying. It's
Yes, because
just
parents do get emotional and will
yes, and
yes,
like
blame cuss you
yes,
out. Yes.
it's
Please
something
don't bring it up.
that I did not learn from you. So guess what? I'm making sure mine is doing it a little differently. And
But you're
so
learning from that. It's some
yes,
people that's not going to even teach their kids.
because we may
Now,
not mentally tough like you
it's
and I are.
different
That's what I'm
when
saying.
your mama was putting shit in your name and then you became 18 and
Oh,
then have no credit. And now, yes, blame your motherfucking mama. She
yeah.
was fucked up for that.
Nah,
Like,
we can go that far.
No, not my. My mama might have did some fucked up shit, but she ain't
Yeah.
never
But I wish
ran up
that's
the
one
creek.
thing that I wish I would have learned as a kid. And school was important, but it wasn't harped on like I feel now that if it was then, I would have done things a little differently.
You
And I
probably
don't
would have been
blame
in
them.
debt too, honey. Sure.
Yeah, well, I still was in debt, but I don't blame. I still graduated and did all of that. But I'm back in school about to graduate in June. I don't blame them for that. But had I, saying if I knew then what I know now, I would have done things differently, and I would have. Now, had they taught it, would I had listened? Mm, I can't say that I would, but I'm taking
Oh,
the
you
things
was
that I feel.
bad. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was. I was definitely. I've been kicked out of several schools. I'm taking the things that probably four. I think I'm taking the things that I think they missed, and I'm incorporating it in my teaching, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. They did well enough job for me
So you
to
learned.
get.
You did
Yeah, I
learn
learned. Yeah,
something.
well, I
Yeah.
learned from my dad. My dad taught me everything about being a man, showing me what he was and what I didn't want to be. You get that? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So I was just, but I felt always, I felt like I was a smart kid. I was smarter to say, I don't really fuck with you like that. I gotta go find somebody that I think is being a good father, so I can gravitate to them and grab
Right,
some of the
and
lessons that they're teaching their
learn.
kids. Everybody don't do that. Some people fall into that trap where I ain't had no man in my life. I went to the streets.
Mm-mm.
Well, I knew I didn't have one at the time because my dad was busy working 24 hours a day. So I thought, and so I
Well, as you
found
know what, Quincy? Now, shit, it's Thanksgiving. You can't be putting your
I
daddy's
love.
business out here talking about so we
I love
thought.
my dad. We got a siblings.
Ooh wee.
Hey y'all, they watching. So, I mean, it just is what it is. It is what
Happy
it is. But
Thanksgiving, Dad.
right, I
Shit.
might go over. He cooked some bomb ass
Honey,
Mexican
did y'all
dressing.
get together that insurance card information? Because you talking about he was sending you his Medicaid card.
Wait, wait.
Please
So
don't.
then listen. Hold on. Nope. I want you to see that I'm right. He damn wrong. Then he calls my mama. Yeah, your goddamn son. This is the card. Okay, that is not your social security card, motherfucker. Then on his card, for some reason, he got my full name. He done wrote my full name on here, and my old address, state, and zip code. Dude, my mama said? So he called my mama. Yeah, your damn son over there with all my information. He's supposed to be sending my social security card. He's sending my Medicaid. She said, why do he need your Medicaid card? His insurance is 10 times better than your shit. Why would he have your card? I don't know.
Not your mama shady.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. She could be on this show with y'all. Like, yeah.
Ooh-wee.
That's the shit
We
I
don't
deal
need that
with. I'm
shit.
telling you. Yeah.
Ooh.
My
Motherfucker, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. My dad's 80, so, and I think it's 5 or 6 of us. And so I'm responsible for him. That's okay. I'm the youngest. I'll take that. But yeah, don't be accusing me of taking your Medicaid.
Lord have mercy. He
Mhm.
bless his heart.
Yeah, he's
So
I'm
well,
gonna get him to log in one day on the show.
You think it's gonna work, honey? If he was sending
I'm
you
gonna
the
have to be
Medicaid?
at his house.
I was about to say, you're gonna click the link. I'm about to send you a link. Click it.
I want to say, this might be in the hood news section.
Not the hood news. Okay.
Deeply touched my heart. It kind of hurt my spirit a bit. Me being fabulous and thrifty.
Honey, is you about to talk about these jeans?
No.
Oh, okay.
We can get to that though.
Please.
Racqi look like she's sleepy. Wake up, get you some coffee.
Cause she probably sitting under that heated blanket. You know, she
That Dollar Tree is going up to $1.25.
talking about inflation. They made a
They
big
done went up a quarter, baby.
and then they CEOs. I think I read something that said they gave their CEO $10 million. Why?
A Dollar Tree?
Yes, honey. Everybody love the Dollar Tree. They made
Ooh,
over $1 billion. You do not have to inflate to
that's funny
125.
because I got some strawberry shortcake popsicles from that bitch. You can get some
Y'all,
frozen
stop it. Stop
okra,
it, y'all.
even
Stop it.
raw
Stop it.
eggs.
Stop it. It's a
What you
quarter.
mean? You not busted
It's a
up?
quarter. Let them people go up a
You
quarter.
know that's a lot. You get 4 things. You could have
Everything.
got a whole different item.
Where's the quarter bag of chips? They
called
don't
Dollar
exist anymore.
Tree, not $1.25.
No, and they
That,
about to
that
change
was their
it because it's
mistake.
gonna have to be General Dollar now
That was
because it's not Dollar
their
Tree.
damn mistake. They should have known from the get-go that everything wasn't gonna be able to stay $1 for your whole existence. That's their fault. $1.25, I'm not mad at it. Let's go back. Remember we used to have the 50-cent juices and 99-cent Arizona teas.
Yeah, used to.
Arizona still 99. They the ones that held true through the 20 years I've been drinking Arizona. I'm not mad at them, but everything else has gone up. They only went up
Yeah,
a
the
damn
quarterbacks
quarter.
and chips is like 50 cents now, right?
59 cents.
Oh, not
And the
9
dollar bag chips, I think, is $1.69. So how
Yes,
we
they
gonna be
are.
mad at them? How we gonna be
Lord,
mad at them for going for just a quarter?
people watching is the show
Because
off.
none of them branded themselves at a capped price. Shit. That's
I'm
why
over the fact that
they
chicken
made
wings.
themselves
Yeah,
dollars.
but Family Dollar is Family Dollar, and ain't a damn thing in Family Dollar that's dollar.
Yeah, the
Family
candy
Dollar,
is. That candy out.
Family
That shit
Dollar is
is out.
expensive than motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's
Family
called
Dollar is, but it's like $5 and shit like that. Like Family Dollar used to be my store too. I used to go in there and get detergent, little shit like that. When it was just me, when I was in college and shit. The General Dollar, I fucks with the General Dollar, but every time I go in the General Dollar, the stores are filthy. Like shit is not
nasty.
Shit be everywhere. Like, what are y'all? Do y'all just throw shit back? Like they don't have take backs. Wherever they find an empty space in the shelf,
just put shit over there.
Shit in their clothes. Yeah, I can never go into what is it, General Dollars? I just started going to the $5 store.
Well, I'll go to 5 and below.
I like the $5 store. Yeah,
5 and below.
I'm going to get people Christmas gifts from their shit.
Hell yeah.
You can get some things from 5 and below.
You sure can.
Really nice socks.
Actually, I need to go get some sports bras from there. I told Lloyd we got to go in there when I go to the gym.
No, honey, they socks is clutch though. They socks.
You gonna get a rash.
No, they shit is real. They got all them screen tees in there too. I told Madison, you gonna have to come into this $5 store because I can't keep going to Route 21. You're getting these same t-shirts for $5. You're paying $30 for.
Oh yeah, you can go to the $5 $5 and below, get you one of them t-shirts.
I got a lot of hair.
I did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the $5 store. They ran out of the sauna suits. I need one when I go to the gym. The sauna suit.
Who got a sauna suit? I paid $80 for my sauna suit.
The $5 store got it.
I don't believe that. That motherfucker must rip when you get on.
Is it a glad bag?
I'm going to the to Friday. I'm going Friday.
That's the blue store, right? The $5 store is blue.
Yeah.
On the outside. Yeah.
You gotta get some. Ever heard of Sweet Sweat? I'll get you some Sweet Sweat. Put Sweet Sweat all over your body. By the time you get done, you open up your sauna suit. It'll turn like you turn on the faucet.
You ain't gonna smell sweet. You gonna pass the fuck out.
No, you'll be fine. It smells good.
So where do you get it from? Where do you get that from?
I ordered it on Amazon. Just put it on Amazon. Sweet Sweat. It'll come right to you the next day. When I tell you, you can lose 3 pounds in one workout. 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes. Put on, get on the treadmill, do your little light jog.
You know what? The only thing about me, I'm not going to stop sweating because that's the process of working out. But I really don't like to be drenched like that. That would drive me crazy.
Oh, yeah. See, I feel like I'm getting a workout unless I'm sweating.
I mean, I'm a sweat anyway. I be wet as fuck. But I wear 3 shirts. I wear my tight shirt underneath, then I put the waistband on sometimes, then I wear a t-shirt and I put on a hoodie. Because my purpose is to sweat.
Right.
I got on that motherfucking elliptical today for 35 minutes. That elliptical be kicking my whole ass. Like
elliptical ain't no joke.
Yeah, I get on the arch in front of it. I like the art, the machine in front of it.
The one in front of Elcom. I ain't never tried that one yet.
Yeah, that's the one I roll with.
I got a pack now. Shit, my flight leave. Honey, I'm going to be on the road. This is how committed I am to what we're doing. But y'all do understand I'm leaving my house in
Honey,
4 hours. So I have to still pack, get a few Z's, and then I've got to be right up out my house at 3:00.
yes, honey. Honey, we're about to end this. All right. Thank you, guys. Make sure you subscribe in the link below in the description box. Subscribe to our newsletter. We're going to be doing this thing, this rants and rolls. This is what this show is about. It's about really good conversation, intellectual conversation, taking the things of today and really breaking them down. People who like to think. Tell your friends about the show if you're watching. We appreciate you. Very relaxed, very good vibe. We'll be back next Wednesday. Go ahead and watch Big Wit. She did sports talk yesterday. That's also posted on all the pages, well, YouTube and Facebook. So you want to check that out. RacqiRollMedia.com will take you to all the shows I've had. So check us out. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Oh, you said Big Wit, Big Worm.
Big Worm, Big Perm.
What's up, Big Worm?
We love you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Don't get anything.
Don't be like us and not be around your family because we said fuck your family because your family, you might like your family.
They better FaceTime me, motherfucker, because I ain't coming out tomorrow. Next week, I'm going to have a machine. I'm going to need all this shit y'all got so I can do sound effects. Drop I'm on that.
Did you? Can you hear this?
No.
You didn't hear that?
You can hear it now. You have to cut the volume thing up, honey. No, we can't hear that.
Oh, the devil business.
I'm gonna need. I want to. Now, Whitney, where you on? How are you listening to us?
Oh, I'm just now through my computer. I cut all this off.
So how are we not getting feedback from you?
My mic because I had my speaker. I was hearing y'all through my speaker, but my mic was on, so maybe I was hearing the echo through my mic, so I cut it off.
Okay, I'm gonna need some help with my setup, and I think I figured out where I'm gonna set up.
But if you have a microphone, you said you had a studio microphone.
I do, but I gotta figure it out.
You can always just hook it up to your computer.
Oh.
Yeah, it actually goes to my computer and kind of like sit right here.
Yeah, so just hook it up to your computer.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do it while we before next week.
All right. Well, God bless everybody. We're gonna go out with it extra.
Peace and love.